It is a holiday Monday, first Monday in August. The stretch drive, the last day of the regular season in the Canadian Elite Basketball League. Playoffs around the corner. Playoff matchups are set. Tonight doesn't mean much, but it could be a preview of a possible Eastern Conference final. We welcome you in the Pan Am Center here in Scarborough. The Shooting Stars up against their rivals from across town, the Brampton Honey Badgers. It's the 905 against the 416. Rod Black along with Deshaun Stevens. Hello, Canada, and welcome to the CEBL today. Here is a team, the Scarborough Shooting Stars. They don't have anything to play for. They're going to be playing the Niagara River Lions on Thursday. Brampton's going to be playing the Ottawa Blackjacks on Thursday. But they do have something to shoot for tonight, and that's 20 wins.
Yeah, absolutely. This is by far, in the opinion of many, Rod, one of the greatest teams in CEBL history. And one thing I love to say is you are only as good as your last performance. If you are entering the playoffs, you want to do it on a win.
And if you're going to do it for the Scarborough Shooting Stars, it might be the guy who is their sixth man, maybe the sixth man, and the Canadian of the Year. They're led by Miles Powell. They're led by Terquavion Smith. They're nothing without Frank the Tank Mitchell.
Yeah, the names on this team, the superstar names on this team, go on and on for days. But Frank Mitchell, he's a young man that I think characterizes the Scarborough grit, averaging a double-double this season, one of the most dominant players in the country, one of the most dominant rebounders in league history, and he is a difference maker physically and emotionally for this Scarborough Shooting Stars team.
For the Honey Badgers, we'll watch the great matchup with Sean East, of course, and Miles Powell and Turk. But if they want to get somebody going before the playoffs, it might be the sharpshooter.
Yeah,
Cam Tyson.
Yep, Tyson, listen, he's a sharpshooter. He's averaging 14 points per game this season for these Brampton Honey Badgers. Didn't have much of a last outing in their last game against Scarborough, and specifically against Montreal, had only 2 points. They're going to need him to get going hot tonight against these Scarborough Shooting Stars if they want to get a win. It can't be all Sean East. There needs to be a second man up to help the shooting power. Tyson
didn't have a good game last time here in Scarborough. He has been up and down, but he can get hot in a hurry. He's a guy who shoots volume threes. He was one of the best one of the best shooters in NCAA history. So Tyson resting that hand, trying to get it hot. Head coach for the Scarborough Shooting Stars is Terrell Vernon. He's with our Esfandiar Berahini. Ask him in.
Coach, a chance at history for you guys tonight, 20 wins. How much is that of focus for you guys in this game?
I wouldn't say it's the main thing. You know, we've kind of just been preaching, one possession at a time, and that put us in this position to get 20 wins. So obviously we would love to get it, but at the same time, we just got to focus one possession at a time.
One possession at a time, one game at a time until you guys get to the postseason. When it comes to trying to get as much as you can out of this final game, what are you looking for from your squad in terms of a tune-up before the postseason?
Just focusing on the game plan. I think even emotionally too, managing the highs and the lows. With playoffs, highs and lows are coming. So how we manage those now, is dependent on how we're going to manage it in the future. So, putting ourselves in different situations, throwing some different lineups out there that we might not have seen before. So, but again, just testing ourselves in different ways.
Coach, thank you very much. Best of luck in the game, man.
Two teams meeting tonight here in Scarborough. Two teams watching. They'll be scouting this. That's Ottawa, that's Niagara, who will play these two teams on Thursday night. Here's our team matchup. Points, almost everything except free throw percentage favoring the Scarborough Shooting Stars this season.
Yeah, the Scarborough Shooting Stars have shot the lights out in almost every single category, and I think, Rod, the big thing here is always going to be for Scarborough, that three-point percentage. In their last game against Brampton, they hit 43% of their threes, above their regular season norm. Let's see if they can replicate that performance this afternoon.
Cam Tyson, 0 for 8 last time from the field here. Miles Powell, one of the best three-point shooters, up against Tyson, up against East. Shooting Stars, Honey Badgers, tip-off, wheels up next. Hello, Canada. Welcome to a new CEBL season.
It's been amazing, Canada basketball, to put that platform and give guys an out.
The crowds were bigger, the players got better, the quality of the game got better.
You gotta love it, Canadian Goose.
Fasten your seatbelt tonight because we're gonna have some high energy and some high flying stuff.
This is a chair, and this is the real. shortage of emotion, no shortage of intensity as anticipated.
Sliding away. What a block from behind.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun, or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
Standings are set, playoffs are set. Doesn't mean it's not going to be an exciting night here. It's OVO night. Last game of the regular season, and the Scarborough Shooting Stars shooting for an unprecedented win number 20. Have never seen that in the CEBL. As we get ready to break down the keys to the game, presented by CDIC. First to the Honey Badgers.
Yeah, I think for the Honey Badgers, listen, Rod, in their last performance against the Scarborough Shooting Stars, they actually out-rebounded the Scarborough Shooting Stars. You got to win the rebounding game again, but also in their last game, 8 for 29 from three-point. You can't be doing that. You got to be able to keep up with their firepower from deep, so you can't do that again. And of course, with the Scarborough Shooting Stars, it's a team about runs. It's a game about runs. It's a high-paced team. You got to ruin those Scarborough runs.
Again, not again. I like that. Deshaun, now how about the keys to the game for the hometown Scarborough Shooting Stars, again presented by CDIC.
This is a team with a lot of talent, a lot of egos, a lot of great players. Decision-making matters. Stay calm, stay poised, stay consistent. Don't make decisions you don't need to make when the game is on the line. They got to continue the three-point hot hand. Rod, as I said last game against Brampton, they shot 43% from three. You got to continue that. And of course, let's just play a clean game. This is a team that falls into a lot of holes throughout the season, a lot of their games, and they got to dig their way out. Let's see if they can try to go wire to wire and play a clean game as they enter the playoffs.
Win one for the Ends, win one for the Owl tonight,
Absolutely.
too.
Let's do it.
Win one for the Owl.
Let's do it.
It's OVO night, October's very own. Here are our starting lineups. Roddy Peters Jr., he's been great since playing over the last handful of games. Cam Tyson, again, needs to get going. Brandon Muntu and Ise as well. And Sean East in the East is going to be a factor in the playoffs. There's a very good chance these two teams could meet next Saturday in what could be the Eastern Conference Final, but you got to win your semifinals on Thursday. And then, of course, for the Shooting Stars, it's Turkules, Terquavion Smith, Javon Johnson, the JVO Show, Akoy Uat. What a revelation he has been. Miles Powell, as he goes, so go the Shooting Stars, and Big Charles Bediako in the middle. Our whistleblowers tonight in the game, Greg Spagnoli, Chris Pucella, Tony Turnbull, and now our players to watch. First, of course, in the East, it's Sean East.
Sean East, listen, he's averaging 23 points per game this season, shooting 47% from the field. He is one of the most consistent guards in the league, extremely fast, great decision maker, a veteran player in this league, and the leader of these Brampton Honey Badgers as they prepare for one of their first playoff runs in a few years. He's brought them back to life and has brought them back to being a contender in the East, in the CEBL.
A team that won a CEBL championship a few years ago when they were the Hamilton Honey Badgers, moved to Brampton. Miles Powell always has the bullseye on his back.
Hey, listen, you said it's OVO night. We can't do OVO night without talking about the person you've coined, the Iceman.
The Iceman.
Miles Powell himself.
And a doppelganger for Drake.
Absolutely, with the braids and everything. Listen, he's averaging also 23 points per game this season, but he's also one of the most clutch players in the CEBL. When the clock is ticking and time is running out, you turn to number 13 and you put the ball in his hands. That
ball, of course, is a Spalding ball. The rock is Spalding, the official game ball of the CEBL. Tegra Ise out of Montreal. Charles Bediako out of Brampton, Ontario. The two centers, the towers tonight, near 7 feet, both of them. We're going to tip it up on the last regular game of this season before the playoffs begin. And the tap will go to Tyson, who will give it off to Sean East, who leads the CEBL in assists this season. Roddy Peters. Finger roll, had it blocked right there by Bediako, and Charles Bediako off to Turk. Terquavion Smith goes baseline. That's short, he's fouled. And it looks like Terquavion Smith is going to shoot two right out of the shoot as Bediako, who's only 3 blocks away from a franchise record for a regular season. How about Big Charles here?
And let's look at Charles going up. 7 feet. You can't teach height. You can't teach size. And Rod, you made a great point a couple weeks ago. When Charles Bediako came back from FIBA training camp, he was different. He was moving different. He was running the floor different, playing defense different. There's been a little bit of a pep in his step from being around the national program. He's clearly come back a little bit more poised, a little bit more confident, and you're seeing it on both the offensive ends but also on the defensive end.
Turk, great free throw shooter, not that time. 1 for 2. First point of the game on the board. Number 55 is Sean East. Been a great CEBL player. That left-handed shot is a little too strong. Rebound to Miles Powell. Powell and Turk, Batman and Robin here now in Scarborough. And East picks up a foul. The New Albany, Indiana native, recently at NBA workouts, who played with the Missouri Tigers, picks up the foul.
And that's a matchup I'm going to want to see all night. You have East guarding Terquavion Smith. Let's see how that matchup really fouls out throughout the night.
10-minute quarters in the CEBL if you're new to it. This spring summer Canadian Pro League that has been such a bright light around North America. Everybody talking about the CEBL. Now numbers. Angle on baseline is East. He's going to bring it back out. Gives it off to Peters. Hands it off underneath. And a foul and a bucket. It's Ize who dunked it. And there was a foul just before the pass. Are they going to count that basket? Looks like a foul might be on the floor. It's against Bediako.
And look at this beautiful ball movement. Look at this. Running the floor. Look at this. Hands it off to East. He says, no, I'm going to go under the hoop. I'm going to find the runner down the middle. Hands it off with a dunk. It was beautiful ball movement, to be honest.
Bucket and ball, so it counts. Tyson missing. Cam Tyson, 7th in NCAA history in shooting threes, but man, here in Scarborough, he has struggled. This guy has not. This is his home. Miles Powell has made Scarborough his home this season. Candidate for MVP, knocks down the 3. Roddy Peters, Maryland native. Oh, what a feed underneath to Ize. To the corner, and it's a 3-ball that splashes down from Brandon Muntu, the Calgary, Alberta native.
Ize being really selfless, passing it out to Untu and finding him for the open 3. Very selfless play by Ize.
Bediako underneath is fouled. Charles will go to the line, and it looks like he's grimacing a little bit too. That's not good news. Here's the one thing that you didn't put in your keys to the game that might be the number one for both teams. Don't get hurt.
Don't get hurt. You're right.
Stay healthy.
You have to stay healthy. You have to stay healthy. Playoffs are around the corner. And you see, listen, Brampton's resting a couple players tonight, right? Scarborough's clearly going their full set. You want to exit this game, whether it's win or loss, you want to exit this game healthy because you know the playoffs are around the corner. You know, once that 6th of August rolls around, that's when the real quest for a championship begins.
6 in the 6. Thursday night, right here. Shooting Stars have home court advantage through the playoffs with that 19-4, trying to make it 20-4 record. Bediako is below a 50% free throw shooter. The game is tied at 5. Oh, nice pass. Ize underneath, but couldn't handle it. And it will be Scarborough ball.
Ize doesn't have the receiver hands. Couldn't haul in that pass.
More like a defensive end.
Yeah, more like a defensive end trying to catch a pass.
Ize's going to go to the bench, subbed in here.
I mean, he could be a tight end in terms of like body makeup.
Keon Ambrose Hilton comes in, the Toronto native. Long-time national team player. Matches up with Bediako. Javen Johnson threw it against a player off the backboard. It will be out of bounds, and the Shooting Stars who have had a sensational season this year. Team that won a championship 3 years ago. They're going to meet up with the two-time defending champions on Thursday, Niagara River Lions. They swept the River Lions the regular season. They swept the Honey Badgers in the regular season. But guess what that means in the playoffs?
Nothing.
0.
It means absolutely nothing.
That's why the Shooting Stars really trying to make sure that they are in peak form before Thursday. They have struggled the last few games at home, keeping leads and keeping leads in target score time. See what happens tonight. Miles scoops it underneath. Bediako flushes it.
What a dish by Miles Powell. Drives to the rim, and he could have went up with the right hand, but instead, nah, I'm going to give it to my big man and ensure that he puts it down securely. Great dish and dime by number 13.
Miles Powell. Oh, and a steal here. Here goes Turk to the rim. Oh, Turquavion. Here comes Turcules.
Showtime. Showtime. Active hands from Turquavion on Stefan East.
What a backcourt. One of the best backcourts we have seen in the CEBL. There have been a lot of great ones. Nice three ball from the corner. Knocked down once more by Roddy Peters. Fast pace so far, Deshaun.
Absolutely. These teams are going back and forth, and you can see they want to enter. You want to enter the playoffs on a high note. Let's get a look at this Turk D to O. Rack it up, Danny G. Look at Turk right there with the hands. Drives to the basket. Sean East is right there, but nope, he is not going to contest that dunk. Turk with the showtime to put 2 on the board.
Sean East, the disher, the quarterback, the passer, the shooter this time off the front iron. Gets his own rebound. Tyson wants the ball back out, and then the baby hook, the floater, flips it in from Sean East.
Second chance opportunities matter against these Scarborough Shooting Stars. You want to come down with those offensive rebounds and make good.
Miles Powell on the sideline, violation. 10-9 the score early on here. Again, 10-minute quarters, and in the fourth we play target score. We play 6 and then turn off the clock. How about that bucket?
Oh, look at that. Again, Sean East just able to drive to the basket and be in so many different angles, put the ball up, and again, able to do that. When the ball's in his hands, he becomes a magician. I know we talk about Miles Powell being such a magician and so magical with the ball in his hands, but Sean East is another guard in this league that makes great things happen.
Two guys who have pedigrees, resumes that were NBA filled, played with the Philadelphia 76ers. In fact, this might be Philly North. I know Kyle Lowry was always the kid from North Philly, but this might be North Philly because the Shooting Stars have a number of players with Philadelphia 76er connections. One of them on the floor now, Michael Foster.
And look at Michael Foster with the block. 23 years old. 23 years old. And look at this.
23 going on 43.
Look how he recovers. Moves his feet, gets his hands up right there the entire time. 23, able to move his feet, such size, strength, and power.
He is a big man. Lost it. Tyson on the deck, and he goes to the rim, and it's blocked by Foster. Corner three, knocked down again by Muntu. That's his second 3 ball from the corner here tonight. The Honey Badgers have a 4-point advantage. Powell. Yes! Miles Powell stares down his bench. The Iceman shooteth.
He's hot. Miles Powell is getting hot early. And that's what you want to see if you're Terrell Vernon.
Hook pass for Eze, losing it. Turk to Miles with Kellen Tynes on the floor. Powell. And the tap isn't there. Frank Mitchell back out there. Now the 6th man of the year. Euro step. Another corner 3. No, a little too strong that time for Muntu. And Frank Mitchell, that would have brought this house down. Frank Mitchell, the Toronto native, just out of college, St. Bonaventure star, and Terrell Vernon. I think he was ready to shudder as well.
If that went down,
you would have felt that in Brampton.
They would have felt that in Brampton. They would have 100% felt that in Brampton.
Close to the midway point of this first quarter. On this Monday late afternoon, holiday Monday. Civic holiday here, a lot of kids in the building, OVO night. The OVO gang in the house, led by Mr. OVO himself, Nico Carino, one of the owners of the Shooting Stars. Javen Johnson doesn't miss often. He's got a high percentage from 3.
Absolutely.
Oh, a nice crossover here. Peters taking it to the rim. Beautiful play.
Beautiful take by Peters. He's able to slash through 2 defenders and go up with the right hand, no contact, and finish. Beautiful take by number 2.
Hot knife through butter right there.
Yeah.
Roddy Peters. Here's Turk. Lets it fly. In and out. Turk likes the logo threes. He will shoot them from wherever. Right now, the Shooting Stars down 3. Peters, stutter dribble. Muntu. Muntu. Good here so far tonight. Brandon Muntu. It's acquired from the Calgary Surge. The Honey Badgers have made some changes. Jermaine "The Rock" Anderson. And Anderson has made some changes through the season. Prince Odro no longer here. They went out and got Muntu from Calgary. Added some players like Peters and Trenton Flowers, who's not playing tonight, but who has been very good for the Honey Badgers. So this is going to be a different team come the postseason, which starts Thursday. Different team tonight compared to last time in Scarborough. They lead by 3.
Lotto Max now has more?
Oh yeah, like up to 90 new prizes of $100,000 on every draw.
Yeah, right. And aliens exist.
What? Lotto Max has more prizes?
Yep, that's more chances to win.
Sure, and horses can fly.
No way.
Cool.
Welcome back to the Pan Am Center, where the Brampton Honey Badgers lead 20 wins. That would be the most in CEBL history, and it would also be the best win percentage any team has had since 2023. That's exactly what's on the line for the Scarborough Shooting Stars tonight, and it's actually been something that's been of focus for head coach Tyler Vernon over the last couple of weeks. The Shooting Stars clinched the playoff spot 2 weeks ago. They were ready. They knew what was at stake in August. But one thing that he also said was that 20 wins would solidify just how great of a group this is. And when I asked Khalil Miller, their backup big man, he said, yeah, it's a great thing to do, win 20 games, get this record, but we also know there's another championship. There's another thing that we can chase after this. We're constantly in chase mode. Guys?
Yeah, the word S for this team is for quite some time when they dance in celebration. They've had a lot of dances this year. As we are serious. And they put that, even though they've got so much flair, so much style, they've got a lot of substance, Dave Sean. They put their hard hats on, they punch the clock. Look at Kellen Tynes, the epitome of that. What a defender. Muntu asking for a pick, he gets it. Muntu then lets the jumper go, and Turk has another rebound here.
Great contest by Michael Foster Jr. as well.
Tynes lost the ball on the baseline. It looks like it's going to stay Scarborough's way as Sean East checks back in for Brampton.
And you know, Rod, again, you talk about the hard hat character of this team. So much talent, but the big thing is, like you said, they grind, they work hard, they are serious. Right there, you see Kellen Tynes playing, half-court man at the midway point. And there you go.
There it is.
There it is, right? You got big
tank.
man Frank Mitchell getting the job done inside, always trustworthy and reliable. This is a team that works hard and risks it all every time they step onto the floor, and that's what makes them special.
Turning and firing for 3 was Justin Hamilton. That's a miss, and Turk's been busy so far here tonight. The thing, too, is as Frank Mitchell goes to the runway, he's going to go to the line and shoot now. Yeah. When your best players are your hardest workers, that says a lot as well.
Oh, absolutely. sets the tone. There's no excuses for everyone else. When your best players are the hardest workers, there's no excuses for the young guys looking up and the players that are coming into the organization to try and land a spot on this team. There are no excuses.
Eastern Conference game. Last game before the playoffs, presented by Lotto Max. The playoff game on Thursday will be presented by Lotto Max as well, as Frank Mitchell will step to the line here, the St. Bonaventure Bonnie. He's not started all year, 6th Man of the Year candidate. If he has an Achilles heel, it's right here. It's his only weakness. That looks smooth.
No commentator curse on that
no,
one, Rod.
Barely 60%, but Frank, call him Baby Shaq.
You know, we have so many nicknames for him. We need to start calling him the
Rhino.
OVO model. How about that? He recently modeled the latest OVO Scarborough collection.
The Big Owl.
Yep, there you go.
Hey.
Frank Mitchell does it all.
He does. 1-2 on Mitchell. Good contest, but 1-2 has been so good so far tonight. Brampton back on top by 1.
Big thing, he gave Frank Mitchell a little bit of a body there, created some separation, and that's how he was able to get that shot up.
Foster hanging on here. Head down, works on the mismatch, and fires it into the second row.
Uh-oh.
Michael Foster going cross court. That one was like a cannonball. He'll sit down. Anthony Walker and Powell come back in. Turk goes down as well.
Looking like Drew Brees in the last years of his career on that one with the inaccurate pass.
We got some Argos in the building as well here, so maybe he's trying to pass it over to them. We got Celebrity Row tonight on OVO night. Scarborough humming. Sean East. 55 watched by 5. Good matchup. Danilo Juricic. Danilo doesn't get a lot of playing time. Former shooting star, former champion with the Shooting Stars. And Anthony Walker.
Just a little bit too much juice from Walker on that one. Had a great vision, but just a little bit too much juice.
Danilo might get some playing time here tonight in the final game, and Trenton Flowers not playing. And one thing Danilo can do, and he's always been able to do, he gets that ball in his hands. He can shoot the rock.
He's also one of the smartest players on the court. I mean,
well, by IQ for sure.
Harvard grad,
yes,
we're talking about,
sure.
right? You know, so I think he's always a plus to have on your roster. And he was such a key part of this championship team back in 22. Didn't play a lot, but I think really helped build the character of that team.
One of the nicest guys, Deshaun, in the league,
absolutely.
and a guy who's fought through some cancer, he's a survivor, has rang the bell, and he's now a spokesperson helping others.
Yeah.
And Danilo Juricic just
a
exactly what the CEBL is all about.
Absolutely.
Sean East, coast to coast, gets the roll of the rim.
And Sean East going toe-to-toe with Kellen Tynes. Kellen Tynes playing white on rice defense, and Sean East creating that separation. You're seeing why he's special.
Miles Powell trying to answer. Lots of lead changes so far, almost playing like a playoff game. Don't tell these teams that there's nothing in the standings. Here's a 3-ball. It's a little long once more by Justin Hamilton. Javen likes this shot. Makes that shot! The Javo show going tonight.
Javen Johnson, one of the most consistent three-point shooters for the Scarborough team this season, getting hot, getting his first 3, and let's see if that's a significant indicator of what he'll be able to do this afternoon.
Played it to Paul, Javen Johnson in the G League. Oh, and Sean East, the finger roll, almost unstoppable.
And Kellen Tynes is giving Sean East problems. He's playing white on rice defense. He's all over him, but Sean East is finding a way to get that ball up and convert.
Tied at 21. Last 40 seconds. Good first quarter. Powell off. Rebound. Hamilton. Sean East takes a look at that clock. Going to work it as well. Might have a good chance here. He was going to go for that 2-for-1 here. Saw the 34, was going to go for a quick shot. And there is a foul. Well, you can scan the QR code for your chance to win the ultimate CEBL Finals trip, courtesy of redtag.ca. You can score round-trip flights, courtside seats to the CEBL Finals, which are best of 3. Visit cebl.ca/redtag for full contest details. And thanks to Red Tag, what a prize package that is.
Oh, look at
this. And Walker now. Penny Walker on the steal. Koyua was on the deck with that. Now, Shooting Stars can play for the final shot of this first quarter and take the lead into the second.
Are you going to give it to number 13?
I think Javen likes it right now. Johnson liking it. 6-5. Javen, no! Underneath. Back up the floor, last shot. No, after the buzzer, and that almost went for Hamilton. 21-21 is a pretty accurate reflection of the first quarter, would you say?
This game's been down the middle. Both teams playing extremely hard. A lot of great shots early, a lot of great defense early, and I think 21-20 is pretty accurate.
Miles Powell, target score winner. Will he be a hero tonight? As we get closer to target score time. 21-21, Brampton, Scarborough. Playoffs looming. You're watching the CEBL on CEBL Plus, CBC Gem, and YouTube. Back in a flash.
Thank you.
Lotto Max now has more?
Oh yeah, like up to 90 new
Lotto Max now has more?
Oh yeah, like up to 90 new prizes of $100,000 on every draw.
Yeah, right. And aliens exist.
What? Lotto Max has more prizes?
Yep, that's more chances to win.
Sure, and horses can fly.
No way.
Welcome back to Pan Am Center. Full house here tonight on OVO night. And what a season it has been on the court and off for the Scarborough Shooting Stars this season. They've done it all, especially in their community. They've brought the fans in from all around the GTA. It started with school day games. It's quite a year for the Scarborough Shooting Stars. School day games early on. They had so many promotional nights like tonight as well. And for the Shooting Stars, it's all about getting the 20 wins. But this is a team that has bonded together off the court. They've had so many things to do together. They have bonded together. Serious is their cue word, but also the other word, Deshaun, is us. Steal here by Peters. Peters, oh, and a block from behind. Bediako has 2 swats tonight.
Oh my goodness, you can't teach height. Charles Bediako with the chase down.
Johnson floats and fades away and knocks it down, 23-21. Peters swings it out, and that's knocked down by Ambrose Hilton.
And you can see this game's picking up right where it left off, going back and forth. Here comes Bediako.
Oh, the big man, Sir Charles in Scarborough. One block away from a franchise record in a season. Now, keep in mind the season has changed because they've added 4 games, but still, that is quite a feat. Oh, nice play underneath. Ambrose Hilton was blocked by Bediako's body. But Charles is 1 block away, setting a franchise record, and that's the kind of season. And keep in mind, Bediako was away for a few games.
Yep, and listen, I think a lot of this production has come in the second half of the season. You're seeing the difference in his game. You're seeing the compoise, and you're seeing the confidence. He's running the floor. Look at this slam right here by Walker.
Beautiful
This
feed,
team.
the nice dish by Johnson to Skywalker.
This team is more confident. You can see the juice they've been playing with as playoffs approach. I think they finally begin to realize their true potential in this league.
East, Sean East, dribbling magician, still hanging in there, but misses the shot. All that work for nothing. Bediako pulls down the rebound, and we'll give it off to Miles. Miles in the purple kicks here tonight. Lets it fly, and it goes. You can't stop this guy. Miles Powell is his name.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Did you see that? We need to take a look at this again because, listen, when Miles Powell has the ball in his hand, look at this. A little bit of a crossover, a little bit of a jump shot from 3. We'll be right back after this break.
The king, Miles Powell.
The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa. Thank you. That's my job. So you were saying.
Protecting your deposits, that's what we do.
The CEBL, Canada's Pro Basketball League, and redtag.ca brings Canadian basketball fans a chance to save up to $300 off on vacation bookings all season long with promo code CEBLFans. I wonder how our mascots would spend their time on vacation. Book today with Red Tag and save $300.
Redtag.ca.
Cal Tire, proud partner, tire expert of the CEBL. Shop top tire brands, have peace of mind with Cal Tire's price match guarantee. Shop and book at caltire.com. Tell you what, wheels were up, tires were up. And Anthony Walker, watch this.
Look at this. That dish from Javon Johnson to Walker and found Walker, and Walker puts it down. Walker's so athletic for this team this season. He's been a breath of fresh air. Matches the profile. Hard worker, grinder on offense and defense. And you call him Skywalker. He's got the hops. He's so athletic, jumps out the gym.
Do you know who the first Skywalker was? First guy nicknamed Skywalker? And I'm really showing my age.
Here we go.
Back in the red, white, and blue basketball days of the ABA, one of the best dunkers around was a guy named David Thompson. Skywalker rivaled Dr. J. The ABA really, when they brought those teams in and Dr. J came in and others like Artis Gilmore and Skywalker and George Gervin just made the NBA better, and there was a lot more flair. The red and white ball went by the wayside.
Yep.
But the dunks were in, and guess who? Oh, you're kidding me! You're kidding me! Miles Powell cannot miss.
No, you really got to be kidding me. He's hot from that spot. Bro, that's the second straight shot he's hit from there.
That is the Miles Powell hot spot on the floor. He's his own logo right now.
Oh, my. Here comes number 13 again.
Shooting Stars up 33-26, biggest lead. Walker underneath. Bediako going to go right up and flush it. No call. Bediako with the dunk. And the lead has stretched to 9 for the hometown Shooting Stars.
No call, and it looked like Bediako don't care because all he cared about was putting that ball down regardless of how much contact. No one could stop him on that dunk.
Shooting Stars trying to send a message here tonight, too. Maybe to some voters.
Oh, yeah. I'm a voter, by the way.
I am a voter, and deadline coming up, and there are a lot of MVP votes for this guy. That one's way off. Could have been a pass, though. And it's going to be a 3-point shot. 3 shots from the free throw line as Miles Powell was fouled by Bronson Chambers.
And let's take a look at this Bediako dunk right here. Let's look at the patience he has below the rim. Look at the patience, right? Lets Into come over, waits, goes up, and puts it down. The patience is unbelievable from Bediako this afternoon. You've seen the change in his game since he came back from FIBA.
3-shot foul. New Era is the exclusive game uniform partner of the Canadian Elite Basketball League, and all 10 of its teams from coast to coast. Pick up your official replica jerseys by visiting CEBL.ca. Great jerseys from coast to coast to coast. Only 8 teams remain come Thursday night. Different playoff format this year. Single game elimination. Semifinals in each conference, then the conference finals, then a best of 3. Miles Powell having a monster night already so far tonight.
doing what he's done all season. It's been a pleasure watching Miles Powell just grow in the CEBL game. I think, you know, when he first came on, he had to learn a new game, new country, new ending, and he's adopted so well to everything, including target score time. I think that's where he's made his name, right? And it's so amazing to see players from other parts of the world come here to Canada and learn the CEBL game and excel in it. I think that's so beautiful, and Miles Powell has been the epitome of that this season.
Look at the smile on that face. He plays with unfiltered joy and passion. Beginning of the year, a lot of people who were following the game didn't know much about Miles Powell.
Oh, they know him now.
Guess what, Canada? They do now, and they know him around the NBA, the circuit, and the G League, and Miles Powell's trying to get back to the show. Keeps playing the way he is. He will be. He could help a lot of teams out there. Muntu hands it off to Peters. 11-point game here for the Shooting Stars. Tyson hasn't hit a shot here in Scarborough this season. 0 from the field. It's almost stunning for a guy who is so proficient at shooting the basketball. Tynes, the Maritimer, is fouled.
And like we said about Tyson, they need him. They need him if they want to have a shot at even winning a championship, you know, this season. It can't just be Sean East. It can't just be Sean East. That's what this league is about. You can't just have your number 1. You need your number 2. You need your number 3. And Tyson fits into that top 3 for this Brampton team.
Well, you know one thing, you can hear the background tonight. There's a lot of Iceman in the house. I think there's a Drake track playing all night. Why not? OVO-inspired team. OVO night.
Yep.
Drake, the official ambassador of, I'm not even going to say the Toronto Raptors, but Canada basketball in so many ways.
Legitimately, yeah.
Guy who helped bring a lot of attention when he got his buddy J. Cole to play for this team in their first year.
What a time that was.
Yeah,
what a
Jermaine
time.
Cole, and his concert the other night gave everybody a shout out from Scarborough.
Listen, I was there and I was singing Love Yours at the top of my lungs. Top of my lungs.
Jermaine Cole could play. I mean, he was 37 at the time. Here's Powell. Why
Oh,
not? Why not?
Oh,
He's
my.
just, look at him and
Oh, my.
Look at him and Tyson just jawing back and forth. Two of the best three-point shooters in the CEBL, and Miles Powell.
Oh, my.
Bounce pass to Tynes, back to Turk. That's excellent basketball. Tick, tack, dunk.
Can I say, may I say, showtime again from these Scarborough Shooting Stars.
Unselfish, unstoppable, unbelievable basketball right now from the Scarborough Shooting Stars.
Powell to Tynes, Tynes to Turk, Turk to rim. Come on, come on, come on. That S for Scarborough, it also stands for Showtime. It can stand for Scarborough, it can stand for Shooting Stars, it can stand for Showtime.
Yes, it can.
Come on now.
42-28, 14-point lead, and taking it to the Honey Badgers. Again, an Eastern Conference matchup brought to you by Lotto Max tonight. Lotto Max now gives you even more chances to win with new prizes of $100,000 every draw. Get your Lotto Max ticket now. Must be 18 plus. Well, the Miles Powell highlight reel is extensive all season and tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Look at Miles Powell. Miles Powell tonight, he has been hot from that corner three. He's been hitting deep threes all night. Listen, he's been coming up with steals. He's been dishing out passes to his teammates to set them up for success, but he's been hot from that spot specifically right there. No, that is not a replay of one play over and over again. That is 3 to 4 separate shots that he has hit from that exact same spot. Miles Powell is doing what he's done all season, and Rod, that is why he is one of the front runners for CEBL MVP.
And I'll tell you, you know what, clearly we do the Shooting Stars games and we've seen them all, and Teddy Allen's going to get some serious votes. We wish Teddy the best right now, and others. Sean East has had a great season. Javonte Smart, there's others in the league. But you can't always just go by points. There's a lot to it.
Absolutely.
You got to look at a record.
Yep.
Got to look by leadership.
Yep.
Look by clutch.
Absolutely.
Miles Powell has become the Khalil Ahmad
yes.
of the Scarborough Shooting Stars.
Agreed.
The Lion King in Niagara, who will be here on Thursday. Oh, what a matchup that will be. He's been a heartbreaker for the Shooting Stars the last few years, including last year. Nice floater that time, leads a dozen, but Powell does this. Thought he was going to make another. He is human.
He's human, but it's not looking like one of those human nights for him.
17 large first half. This team has had a lot of stars, shooting stars through the years. Jalen Harris, Donovan Williams last year, Terquavion Smith, Kat Barber, former Guelph Nighthawk who came over to Scarborough and became an absolute superstar in the community here and still part of this team, very much so. Oh, nice three, and Cam Tyson has broken the seal. He was 0 for 11 in Scarborough this season. He's finally hit a bucket from the field.
And let's see if that could be the start of a little bit of a run for Cam Tyson, because they're going to need him to get out of this deficit. Here we go.
Sloppy play by the Shooting Stars. Can't let that happen. Tyrell Vernon wisely takes a timeout as he sees the Honey Badgers run back and creep into that 12-point lead. The lead is now 7.
And that turnover started with Cam Tyson's defense. You see the double team right there. Cam Tyson got his hand up, and right there to Shawnee. Shawnee's a breakaway, and he puts it down for 2. And that's, again, how it starts. It's 1-3 from Cam Tyson. He comes back on the other end of the floor, plays some great defense, is able to spark a turnover, put 2 more points on the board. If you're Cam Tyson, you needed that. You really needed that little run right there. Of course, it just lasted 30 seconds, but that 30 seconds can fuel you for the rest of the game.
Well, CEBL fans, let's fill these buildings coming up east and west over the next few days, getting ready for the playoffs. OVO night here tonight, but how about a few days ago at TPC Osprey Valley? Had a chance to be out there for the OVO Classic, Drake's tournament essentially. Nico there, everybody there. Devin Booker was there, Johnny Manziel, the Shooting Stars, proceeds to the Remix Project and the Shooting Stars Foundation. There was lots of grab bags. There were a lot of good shots and bad shots. There were a couple of other kind of shots, if you know what I mean. There's Devin Booker. And remember, he had that rivalry with the Raptor mascot.
Yes, yeah. Looks like they made peace.
But they made peace. Book was there, and there's Nico with Devin. But what a tournament. 350 players. Oh, they had a helicopter drop. The Owl was present. Everybody had a great time. T-Rex was there. I had a chance to be there myself. Thanks to TPC Osprey Valley, but thanks to the Shooting Stars Foundation Remix Project. Thank you to OVO for putting on one of the best tournaments of the year.
And you know what? They've been doing that since they came into the league.
Well, they have.
They've been doing that.
Turk. Rebound brought down, and now another chance for the Honey Badgers to pull a little closer. Sean East leads the charge. East swings it. There's that shot again. The three-pointer's a splashdown from Justin Hamilton, the former Kent State Golden Flash.
Hamilton gets a shot, takes it, and makes it.
Oh, 0 to 0-0. And Frank can't put it in, but he's going to shoot.
You know, I think the chemistry between 0 and 0-0, between Turk and Frank Mitchell, has become so much stronger over the last couple of weeks. Turk is finding Mitchell and then the right options. I mean, he's getting him the dime passes. And Mitchell's in the right spot at the right time, and he just, sometimes he goes up, sometimes he makes them, sometimes he misses the alley-oop, and sometimes he gets fouled and he goes to the line. But the chemistry is as strong as ever, and I think for Mitchell entering the playoffs, I think it's kind of like, again, hammering down on these free throw demons, which has been a theme for this Scarborough team.
For the entire team.
Yeah, for this entire team.
Knocking that one down. Oh, there he is. In the house, the sixth god.
The Iceman himself.
The Iceman's in the house.
With the blue.
Saw Drake's son Adonis out the other day at TPC Osprey Valley. I think the kid's got a future in golf.
You think so?
Oh, man, he's got a swing.
Oh, my.
Oh, yes. Remember when he was just a little guy courtside with Drake. He's growing into a fine young lad. And Turk from the logo.
I feel like Turk putting up a three. Oh, here we go. We got a little bit of a tech right here. Tech on Turk. Some talking after the shot.
Again, one of the things that Terquavion's had an issue, so has Miles Powell. Turk, one thing he does is he will argue all the time. No matter what, he thinks he's been fouled or has been fouled. This time he was chatting with Brampton head coach Alex Serta.
And look at that. He hits the logo 3, and that's when the talking starts to the bench. A little bit of a brush right there, but look at that. And it doesn't stop.
And again, something that's going to have to be tempered down before the playoffs. You need Turk on the floor. You need Miles Powell on the floor. Similarly from Brampton, you can't have your players go off like that. Because those points can add up. And they can not only, never mind the technical free throw in the middle of a game. What that does is that turns the game around on a pivot.
Absolutely.
And now you got to sit Turk down. Now he's one tech away from getting ejected.
And that's not what you want. You can't have Turk get ejected, right? This is a regular season game, but come playoff time, you don't want him even getting any techs. You need Turk on the floor. I think it's no surprise. You need Turk on the floor if you want to win a championship. You need Powell on the floor if you want to win a championship. These are your key players. You want to stay calm and composed.
Sean East is putting up some numbers now, and here come the Honey Badgers.
Here we go. Got that lead down to just 4. Brampton's chipping away at it.
Let's see the resilience from the Shooting Stars. We're starting to do a little too much showtime, perhaps, and we're a little careless on some of their trips and possessions. Again, that's stuff you cannot do come Thursday night.
And remember, keys to the game. It was all about playing a clean game. Can they just play a clean game? Get through 4 quarters of basketball, plus target score time, without any techs, without any unnecessary decisions, without any blunders, right? You're not going to play a perfect game, but can you play a clean game and control what you can control? That's what it's about in this league.
Powell going to go to the line. Miles Powell, the former Seton Hall Pirate. Jerry West Award winner. Big East Player of the Year. By the way, the Jerry West Award, of course, Jerry West is the logo. For those of you who don't know, the logo in the NBA, Jerry West was one of the great players in NBA history. Jerry West Award goes to the top shooting guard in the NCAA.
Wow.
If you win the Jerry West Award, you're a shooter.
You're a shooter. You're a shooting star.
You're a shooting star. Miles had a chance to play 11 games with Philadelphia. He's looking up at himself in the scoreboard here. Referees trying to sort this out. 2:37 to go before halftime. Final regular season game, regular season day of the CEBL season. Playoffs start Thursday. Fill those buildings. Fill it here in Scarborough. Fill it in Brampton. Fill it in Vancouver. Fill it in Winnipeg. 4 games on Thursday. River Lions, Shooting Stars, Blackjacks, Honey Badgers, Stingers, Bandits, Mamba, Sea Bears. Can't wait to get it started. East controlled the basketball the entire first half for the men in yellow.
I'll call you out all over East.
Peters, what a move inside. Volleyball tip drill, but on the end line. And they are saying it is a foul against Scarborough, I believe. No, they're saying it is against Scarborough. Out of bounds Scarborough, it will be Brampton basketball.
And I'm giving credit to Michael Foster Jr. on his presence in the paint.
Ambrose Hilton hooks it up. No. Frank, another rebound. Frank Mitchell. 13 of 23 games, Deshaun, double-doubles. That's why he's a candidate. Will likely be 6th man of the year, Canadian of the year this year. Not that I'm inspiring any vote-getters. Seen this guy play all year, though.
I think if you've watched Frank Mitchell play this year, you know again, he's one of the most talented players in the league, one of the most physically imposing players in the league. And, you know, the stuff that he's doing, I don't think we've seen a big that dominant in the CEBL in this league's young history. We've seen great bigs come along, but a big like that, averaging a double-double, the mind games that he also plays with his opponents, his presence, it's none like other.
East hands it off. Ambrose Hilton fights through. Hamilton on the deck. Back out. Muntu puts it up and again gobbled up. Javen Johnson out. Miles Powell again. Not this time. Oh, and a foul on Koi Uat on Hamilton. One thing we've noticed already in this game, again, I hate when people say this is a meaningless game because I honestly, or they treat it like an exhibition.
Yeah.
There is no meaningless game.
Agreed.
When you have a scoreboard in any game or scores, it is on. And this game is getting physical.
Absolutely. And I'll always say, listen, you are only as good as your last and most recent performance. You do not want to enter the playoffs on a loss. That is the worst possible way to enter a quest for a championship. You want to enter the playoffs on high. Look at this take. What a take to the basket from Peters.
Hot Rod Peters.
So this ain't no exhibition game. This is not a meaningless game. This game, in my opinion, has more meaning than a lot of games during the early half of the regular season.
Last game before the playoffs.
Absolutely.
You got to be ready. You got to tune yourself in. Foster, shot clock's at 9. Shot clock's at 8. At 7, Foster spinning, feeding, and off the front iron. Nikoi Uat wrestling underneath. Oh, and look at this. Bediako into it right now. Just said it was getting physical. Tegra Ize and Bediako, and oh, Miles Powell, and oh, here we go. It is on. And now they're throwing punches, and this is the Frank Mitchell just threw a shot at Ize, and everybody better get away because there could be suspensions looming. With the playoffs days away, the last thing you want. And you could see it was starting to get heated. Bad blood boiling. And already a playoff atmosphere. The coaches are even into it. And we had a Donnybrook here in the ends tonight. And I have a feeling some players are going to be watching the rest of this one. And that is not good news for either side. The last thing you want to see happen, beyond injury, is having a player get suspended because of a lack of discipline. Now, you don't also want to take anything. You want to give as much as you can take, but you have to use common sense here. And now it's going to be up to Greg Spagnoli, Tony Turnbull, the officiating crew to look this over because there were a lot of punches. I'm going to tell you, basketball fights, I do hockey too, and I do football. I do everything. Hockey fights are fights. Football, not so much. They got helmets. Basketball fights aren't really fights. That was a fight.
It was. It was.
That was a fight.
It was. Let's see if we can get a look at this.
It started on the floor with Nikoi Uat.
Yep.
And then they came up, and then it was Ize and Bediako. Bediako turned, then Miles Powell, then the coaching staff getting into it. And it was on. It was on.
And listen, we saw some punches being thrown. We saw some jerseys getting dragged. And right now, the first thought that comes to mind for me is, are there going to be some suspensions?
Well, there are going to be. You got to think there are going to be ejections.
Absolutely.
You throw a
100%.
You throw a punch, you're going to get tossed.
And let's look at this. Benches clear out.
Yeah.
And there you see some shots being thrown.
And Terquavion Smith in there too. Unnecessary. And there's Ize. And there's Mitchell. Ize threw the first shot at Mitchell. Now Terquavion threw towel at Ize. And I think just, everybody's losing it.
Yep.
It's just a bowl of testosterone right there. It's everybody's going crazy. Now, they're going to settle down. They're going to have to play the rest of this thing. But this is going to take some time to settle. And here's what it does set up. Next Saturday, should these two meet, game on.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But that is something you don't see. We've seen some scraps before in this league. This, again, spring-summer league where players are trying to get contracts and Canadians are getting a chance to play with pros. And, it's the intention of the league is about showing the great sportsmanship of the game and the great talent of the game. But guess what? Basketball is a physical game.
It is.
And I don't know, Danny G, if you could rack it up anymore, but that kind of started on the floor with Nikoi Uat down below, and then it just escalated from there. But you could see the chirping started earlier with Terquavion Smith.
Yes, after the three.
It was getting more physical.
And let's look at this right here.
Okay,
you see
Powell's
Powell
into
in there.
it. Tyson.
Powell gets a shot.
Or is that Tyson or Muntu?
That's
Tyson. And then Turk came in with the towel.
Yep.
Ize went over top for Mitchell.
So Mitchell, yep.
And then Mitchell comes in a little bit later as well. And then this was probably the best save of the game right here. Getting Frank Mitchell, Frank the Tank out of there.
Absolutely.
First off, I would not want to get Frank the Tank mad at me, or Ize mad at me for that matter. But this was looking like Monday night at the fights here in the CEBL. And already we've got some tempers boiling, and the playoffs have not even begun. The rivalry of the 401 Battle of Toronto reaches a boiling point.
If these two teams do meet next Saturday, Rod, that is going to be, hindsight is 20/20, but memories are not forgotten.
You're not going to see a fight because you're not going to see a fight. You're not going to see a fight.
You're going to see a hard-fought game.
But you're going to see physical
Absolutely.
play. You might see lineups change because
Agreed.
This league also, Deshaun, for lack of a better term, is kind of a small man's league. You know, it's a wing players game. There aren't a lot of giants like Ize and Bediako. Each team has one, maybe two that are 6'9", 6'10". You don't see a lot of big bodies. The game can be, it flows. You might see some bigger bodies next week.
Yeah.
Especially around the rim.
I'd agree with that. Absolutely.
And I'm not a proponent of what we just saw, but I am a proponent of physical play. I like physical basketball. And if it's refereed and officiated like it can be, it's the best kind of basketball to watch. As long as it doesn't get to this. Both teams, I'm sure, will look at the film and they're both going to say, you know what? My bad.
Yeah.
Because they're both bad.
Yeah.
Bad. Like, you can blame a lot of people there.
Absolutely.
Blame them all. Boys will be boys.
They're human. They're human, right? And I think, again, it just goes to show anyone that says this was an exhibition game, you're wrong. These teams care, right? And if you need any proof of these teams caring, that's it right there. Last game of the regular season, their tickets are locked to the playoffs. They will both be hosting playoff games. And let's get one more look right here. And look, Bediako was actually stepping away right there.
He turned around.
He turned around.
But then that shot there, that was Roddy Peters, actually, who threw the shot at Powell, threw back. Then Ize gets in, and he gave Frank Mitchell a shot there.
Yeah.
Mitchell did come back in and then gave. Oh, well. All right. Seen enough of all that. I'm just interested to see who's in, who's out.
Yep.
And here's the thing. There are a lot of players involved. We're going to see multiple ejections.
Absolutely.
So you got to wonder, like, how many players are going to be left? And here's the other rub. Miles Powell threw a punch. That's one of your best players. Terquavion Smith threw that towel, was in a punch.
Yep.
Frank Mitchell
threw a punch.
Those three key guys. Those three get tossed.
That's your big three.
Your flirtation with 20 might be in serious jeopardy.
Absolutely.
You came into this game wanting 20, not 20 punches. You wanted 20 wins. Alex Serta, the coach of the Honey Badgers, first year for him, arms crossed. And I think they are looking at some videos. Greg Spagnoli, our crew chief tonight, is looking at videos. So they're going to make sure who's going to get tossed here. Chris Buccella's with them, Tony Turnbull. I have a feeling the Shooting Stars might be a little more penalized than the Honey Badgers.
It looks like they might lose their big three.
Peters definitely threw a punch. Ize threw a punch.
Yes.
But Mitchell, Powell, and Turk were all in there.
I mean, Turk already has the one tech, right? So
Turk
he left the bench, he threw a towel, so that might be it for him.
You leave the bench.
Yes, you're done.
You can't leave the bench.
You leave the bench, you're done.
So they're going to have to look at all of this.
Absolutely.
And so now they're going to get both coaches in. Greg's probably going to come over and tell us as well what's happening here. And then it's up to the league office as well.
To see what further happens after this, right? And listen, again, based on discipline, that could significantly change the playoff outlook for both of these franchises.
What is the goal at the beginning of the season? To win a ring.
Absolutely.
To win a chip.
Absolutely.
And to have your chip possibly derailed because you had a chip on your shoulder could be absolutely devastating.
And if you're Scarborough, who are you likely welcoming in the first round of the CEBL playoffs?
We've got the Niagara River Lions.
Got the Niagara River Lions, right?
Who have Khalil Ahmad.
Yep.
I'm telling you, the two teams that are sitting back right now and smiling like Cheshire Cats.
Exactly.
The Ottawa Blackjacks.
The Ottawa Blackjacks.
And the Niagara River Lions.
If Ottawa ends up winning and coming here for a second round, right? They've won here before already.
But both of these teams are looking at this tape tonight and thinking, wow, we might have some shorthanded teams to play on Thursday.
Look, you got look at this. You got Hamilton. You got Brampton dancing over here. You got
Badgers are dancing over there. And, now things have cooled down considerably.
Yeah. The vibe is a lot better than it was 5 minutes ago. Safe to say.
In case you're just joining us, a basket brawl broke out here tonight in Scarborough. Full scale, benches cleared, punches thrown. Something we don't see very often happens. Now they got to deal with it, and our officials are right on it. And we haven't seen anybody leave to the locker room yet. But safe to say the showers have been turned on.
Yeah, for a couple players.
Frank Mitchell, I think, is on his way. Yep. Turk is on his way.
Yep. And is that Miles Powell?
Miles Powell.
Yeah.
Three of them are well, Powell's coming back.
Oh, they're all coming back.
They're all coming back, but those three,
they're waiting for
the three amigos were on their way to the locker room. So 3 for Shooting Stars. Keep in mind, you got playing with 12 players, maybe 10. There goes Peters, I believe that was. So Izze has to be 1. So Roddy Peters is gone. I don't see Izze, so Izze is gone. He's gone. And it will be, I'm sure it's Mitchell, Turk.
We'll get the numbers officially.
We're going to get the numbers in a sec. We're getting them now. Oh, there they are. Here they go.
All catching each other up.
So, okay, so 4 players have been ejected from each side. Terquavion Smith, Frank Mitchell, Miles Powell, Akoy Uwat, and also Charles Bediako. 4 players from the Honey Badgers have been ejected. Tegra Izze, Roddy Peters, Sean East has been ejected. And actually, they also have, they have 20 written down twice. Also, Justin Hamilton. So 4 apiece. They cancel each other out. Scarborough also had 2 staff members ejected. You saw that.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing this. So that leaves essentially maybe 6 players, 7 players for Scarborough. And now you got to worry about fouls.
Oh, my.
And I'm going to tell you, credit the officiating staff. They got that right.
Yeah.
They got that right.
They took their time. They reviewed
it. They looked at it.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. And so something you didn't want to see, and you hope it doesn't also heat up the crowd here.
Yeah.
One of the things with a long delay is that, the bar stays open. And the chirpers are out. They can start talking some trash. And what you want now is let peace prevail. There's Drake watching this tonight. There's Nico, Mr. OVO. Drake's seen this stuff courtside at Raptor games and NBA games.
Oh,
so
definitely
he knows.
Seen it. He knows.
I don't know. He hasn't. We've never seen this here in Scarborough. We've never seen this in Pan Am Center. Had some fracases and some ejections, but not a 4 players, 8 players in total ejected
here
tonight.
Brand new game.
Short benches, brand new game, and it definitely has to favor the Honey Badgers. Muntu, it's been good so far, and now you also have to come back and play after a long, long delay, almost 30 minutes. Tyson, you got to think he's going to see a lot of basketball. Now the Shooting Stars have to dig deep without their stars.
Without their big 3.
Without their big 3 and their big man, Bediako.
Yep.
I would say Javen Johnson's going to be a key here tonight. So will Kellen Tynes. They're going to see a lot of floor. Final 3 seconds in the half. Back in the corner. And Alex Serta's up talking to the scoring bench, to to the scorer's table last second, and they'll let it go, and it's blocked by Tynes. What an eventful first half of basketball. And now Shooting Stars running to their locker room. They all take off and run, and I don't know what's going on. There might be something going on underneath here, which we hope is not the case.
But that was a bit too fast of a runoff, I'm not going to lie.
We're going to try to get Esfandiar or Barahini. This is the last thing we want to see. Something
there's a lot of people running.
No one could have imagined happening here tonight. Battle of Toronto gets waged on the floor, gets waged with some fisticuffs, and who knows, maybe some extracurriculars outside the locker room. We'll try to bring you up to date as much as we can here. Tough night for the officials. Handled it well. We're going to take a break and come back. Coming up at the half, a CEBL feature on Terrell Vernon, who I'm sure is going to have words for his team at halftime. Behind the clipboard, Esfandiar, well, we'll try to interview somebody. I don't know if he's got anybody left to interview, including head coach Alex Serta, who was hot under the collar. First half stats, Deschamps players to watch. Monday night at the fights. Monday night in the ends, 48-44. Can't we all just play nice?
Terrell Vernon from Hamilton, Ontario, and I'm the head coach for the Shooting Stars. I remember my first few weeks of coaching at the prep school. Every drill or every time we would do anything 5-on-0, I'd have to jump in and show them myself because I wasn't able to explain it. But now, I think as I've gotten older, it's letting staff be staff, letting different skill sets from different staff, take the reins and them to develop, their skill sets. Because I feel like, if for me, just individually, saying everything and barking orders and everything else, that eventually is gonna stale out on you. So, the staff has to be encouraged. The staff has to have ownership, not just myself, but all staff. And, you give them that kind of license to, have a voice. And then also give players license to have a voice on, scouts and, what we're trying to take away. And that way everyone is involved and everyone is a part of the winning process and everyone takes accountability for the losing as well. And, if we can kind of build that culture, we'll all be in a better place.
You have to understand, we have to choose who beats us, right? And the guys just got to keep buying into that. I don't think there's a lot of changes that have to be made.
Follow the scout, and then we can adjust the scout. If you don't follow the scout, then they ain't nothing to adjust. You got it? All right.
For me personally, I think in terms of KYP is extremely important. So I think some coaches have different styles and different methods. I think my biggest thing is you want to force, their main guys to have a tough night and do whatever's possible to make that happen. And then, have guys that, try to be unsung heroes for the other team if you're going to lose. And, I think at that time when we won the AUS championship, we did a phenomenal job of taking away, the main prospects and, forcing, the other guys to, try to make a play and win a championship for them, and it worked out for us. For me personally, trying to take away strengths and, maximize weaknesses is kind of the name of the game in terms of, how I coach and how I approach the game. And sometimes it works and sometimes, there is some unsung heroes that kind of that catch you, but so far so good.
Stars team, what's the process over the early starts of the season to get everybody acclimated to playing together?
It always takes time. It always takes a little bit of time. But if you have a good group that just wants to get after it, go to work, be professional as possible, then you're eventually going to figure it out. But I think with the group that we have, it's been phenomenal. Our training camp has been great. Guys got after it. And execs, they've done a phenomenal job putting this talent together. And so now it's just for me and the staff to kind of make sure we put those players in a role that make them look good, but at the same time, helps us win games. So it's always a balancing act. It might not never ever be perfect, but we're going to do everything that we can to make sure everyone's in a great place.
Knowing that you passed it on to Terrell Vernon, you handpicked this young man to take over as your successor.
we're not who we are without him. You know, I don't come to St. FX without him. I don't build that relationship without him, and I'm not the coach here without him.
My first prep school head coaching job, you know, Coach K was my first call. And, you know, we went through our first practice plan together, and, you know, he's been with me every step of the way. So, you know, when an opportunity came up to go back to St. FX, I jumped at it, you know, and then it was great to work with him for a couple years. COVID kind of, you know, derailed that a little bit for his last season, but, you know, me and Coach are extremely close, and I know he's in Calgary right now, and, you know, we're going to be foes for a little bit here, but we'll get back to St. FX and we'll be okay.
Presenting the game ball to Coach Vernon.
It's not just about university. You know, for us, it's always been about developing that university experience, but then also preparing for the professional stuff afterwards.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
Lotto Max now has more?
Oh yeah, like up to 90 new prizes of $100,000 on every draw.
Yeah, right. And aliens exist.
What? Lotto Max has more prizes?
Yep, that's more chances to win.
Sure, and horses can fly.
No way.
Cool.
All right, welcome back to an unbelievable night here in Scarborough, where the Shooting Stars lead 48-44 in a game that we talked about before that meant nothing to the standings. Clearly meant everything. The game went from cool to warm to volcanic.
Absolutely.
In a hurry. Before we get to what transpired on the floor and near the locker rooms, apparently, let's show you some of the highlights. There was some great basketball in this game. But then, you know, passion crossed the line.
Yeah, Miles Powell was playing like a CEBL MVP. He was hot. He was unstoppable from three. He had taken over this game prior to what happened late in the second quarter. But he was looking like all CEBL.
He was looking great. Sean East was looking great. Both teams playing back and forth. Again, a potential clash of these two teams next weekend. Again, Brampton plays Ottawa. Scarborough plays against Niagara on Thursday. We don't know what kind of teams they're going to be, and we'll tell you about that in a second. But Sean East, who was no longer in the game, was also having a monster night.
Absolutely. Powell was doing his thing on one end of the floor. Sean East was taking over for Brampton. Listen, they were playing some great defense on Sean East, and he was finding ways to slash to the basket, be physical, give some body, and, of course, put points on the board. The two stars that we were looking at in this game were truly balling out in the first half.
And sometimes tempers get the best of people, and that's what happened here tonight in a game that maybe could be a precursor to next week. We don't know.
I can do this.
Then all hell broke loose. Akoy Uwat went down on the floor. There was a hard foul, and then Charles Bediako got into it with Tegris Eze. Let's take you through everything. Then Bediako and Eze.
And you see Bediako's trying to step back there, but then
Cam, that was Roddy Peters who threw the first punch.
Yep.
Ejected. Terquavion Smith throwing one here, ejected. Miles Powell ejected. Bediako got ejected. Frank Mitchell throws a shot, maybe in self-defense, but then threw another shot. He's ejected. Basically 4 players from each team disqualified from the game. Suspensions are pending, which could affect these teams into the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Which is unbelievable. Because you would think, especially if you're a coaching staff, the last thing, we talked about it all first half, the last thing you want to see happen, injury or this. And Miles Powell took a serious shot.
Yeah, and the big thing here, we know who's been ejected. We know what this game will look like going forward, but it's all about the playoffs. And if you are the Scarborough Shooting Stars, your top 3, your big 3 right now.
And your big man, Bediako.
And Bediako is in jeopardy of not being available for your first round playoff matchup pending league review. That is serious.
And then we saw the flurry at the end. As Vandir Barahaney's courtside, we saw the players run off the floor, thought something was going on backstage, and apparently there was. So let's go to S right now with an update.
Yeah, guys, I was just back there in the locker room, and obviously a very heated and tense halftime back there as well. And what you guys saw right at the end of the half was the Brampton Honey Badgers, basically their entire bench emptied out and ran to the tunnels. What I have heard and what I've seen is that it was apparently Sean East and others who were encouraging Brampton to come in and to basically get back to their locker room. The other issue was that Scarborough was there in the tunnel waiting for them, and so there's a lot of commotion, probably something else that they will have to also sift through and look at if they're looking at pending investigations on suspensions and fines and things like that. But ultimately, a lot of chaos at halftime as well as we wait to see what else happens, guys.
You see scraps. Yeah. You see arguments. You see guys jostle each other. You don't normally see full-scale brawls. That was
real. That was real. That was serious. That was emotionally driven. And again, I think it goes back to anyone that wants to say that this was an exhibition game. Anyone that wants to say that this game didn't matter. That right there was all you needed to know. That means it mattered to both of these teams heading into the playoffs.
So who does this game, back to the game.
Yes.
Who has the advantage now?
Oh, of course Brampton has the advantage. Brampton has the advantage 10 times out of 10. If you are Scarborough, you just lost your big three. You lost your primary shooters. Javon Johnson's still in the game, but you lost your primary shooters. And most importantly, you just lost all your bigs. Of course, Michael Foster Jr. is still on the floor for Scarborough, but you've lost Charles Bediako, who's been having a sensational game protecting the rim. And of course, you've lost your Canadian Player of the Year candidate in Frank Mitchell. This is a completely different Scarborough team heading into this second half.
You also have lost an opportunity, perhaps, to get to the magical number 20.
Yep.
That was the goal tonight. We'll see what happens. You never know. This game's going off the rails. Yeah. Hang in, everybody. Grab a beverage, grab a patty. Here are the halftime stats. And so here's the numbers.
Yeah.
Field goal percentages, there you are. 3-point percentages, there you are. Free throws, no free throws for Brampton. Look at that. Assists there, rebounds. Oh, here's the other one you can put down there. Ejections.
Yep.
4-4.
And you know what I would do right here? I would just wipe this all away because guess what? This is a brand new game. New players, new lineups. These numbers heading into the second half don't even matter anymore because you know what? All the production for Scarborough is gone.
Let's just give peace a chance, guys. Just play safe and sound. Playoffs are around the corner. Second half upcoming on a wild night in the ends.
Looking to level up your future? Algoma University's Brampton campus is where ambition meets opportunity. Study in-demand programs like business, computer science, and psychology right in downtown Brampton. We offer the most affordable tuition in Ontario and are ranked #1 in Canada for scholarships and bursaries. Small classes, big support, real success. Algoma University Brampton. Success within reach.
The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa, thanks.
That's my job.
Protecting your deposits, that's what we do.
Lotto Max now has more?
Oh yeah, like up to 90 new prizes of $100,000 on every draw.
Yeah, right. And aliens exist.
What? Lotto Max has more prizes?
Yep, that's more chances to win.
Sure, and horses can fly.
No way.
Cool.
RedTag.ca.
The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa. Thank you. That's my job. So you were saying.
Protecting your deposits, that's what we do.
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
Well, coming out to the sounds of Drake. Here they come. Say I'm sorry is in that line. Here come the Scarborough Shooting Stars. Depleted lineup. Depleted lineup right now. Missing 4 players. Time for our red tag path to the playoffs update. Here's how the standings finish up. Of course, they're 1 game tonight, 1 game out west, but top 5 all determined. Matchups all determined. Scarborough plays Niagara, who may have been just given a gift here tonight if there are suspensions. Brampton, Ottawa. Ottawa licking their lips now. Maybe Brampton suspended. A Sean East suspension. Booze now coming out for the Honey Badgers. And if the Honey Badgers do play the Shooting Stars next week, I think that'll be the hottest ticket in town. And there's Danilo Juricic, who, by the way, used to play here in Scarborough.
His name is on the banner right
on
there.
The banner. I didn't see Danilo get it. He's a lover, not a fighter. I know that guy.
Listen, if these 2 teams link up next week Saturday, I might have to come to this game as a fan.
There is the banner from 2023. Danilo was part of that. Well, let's join Alex Serta, the coach of the Brampton Honey Badgers, with our man S.
Okay, Coach, obviously a very, very hectic end to that half. How do you regroup and recalibrate your team?
Yeah, just kind of move past it. It happened. And for us, we just want to reset, get through this game unscathed for both teams, and just get ready for the playoffs.
I mean, so much of today was already locked in. The playoffs were locked in for both of you guys. How hard is it to know that, there's kind of this thing now clouding everything moving forward?
Yeah, just take it 1 possession at a time, do the things that go into winning, try to play hard, compete, play the right way, and then just leave here unscathed, uninjured, and just head into the playoffs for both teams.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, thank you, S. Thank you, Alex. And then I guess you also have to wait for a phone call.
Absolutely.
A few phone calls, perhaps, from league office. Again, this was not an incident. It wasn't a little incident. It was major.
Yeah, it was major. I think, going forward with this game, both benches are going to be completely different. I mean, first off, the benches are going to be shorter. You're not going to have a lot of subs.
Okay, we just received word. Sean East, there was an error from the scores table. Sean East was not ejected. Sean East was not ejected. Said a correctable error, although I don't see Sean East.
I don't see him. Have they just chosen to remove him from the game completely, maybe?
Yeah.
Do you want Sean East playing in this game?
We'll try to get it corrected, but those were the numbers that were handed to us, and Sean East's number was on there. So there are shots to start this second half. Sean East, perhaps this goes to what happened at halftime. I'm not sure. We'll have to talk to the referee because there was no technical. The technical would have been after the buzzer, and that's why Brampton is shooting technicals. We'll try to get clarification here again. Thanks to S and Alex Serta, though, for that interview. As Tyson, he does not like these rims in Scarborough, does he?
No, he doesn't. Been giving him problems all year. But he hits one at least. There you go.
So, again, confirming that Peters is out. Eze is out. Hamilton is out. Just have to.
Yes.
So I'm like doing a shopping list here. And Danilo Juricic just went. You see him in the far corner, was shaking hands with all his ex-teammates on the Scarborough bench.
I'm sure it's good for him to see them at least, right?
You know the old saying, "No harm, no foul."
No harm, no foul.
That didn't work tonight. It was a lot of harm, a lot of fouls. Tyson launching, no.
And let's see. I think Javon Johnson's going to be the one to bring the ball up and run this offense.
So essentially, the B teams now, for both teams, Although Javen Johnson's a starter, and you'd have to think that Johnson might be a huge factor in this game moving forward.
And if you're Scarborough, Michael Foster is your only big, so you got to load manage him properly to get through the second half.
Tyson, no. Here's another thing you tell kids all the time. You know, if you're not getting playing time, 2 words. Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready. There's a 3 from Kellen Tynes. Jaden Campbell getting some playing time, 15. So it's Campbell, Foster, Tynes, Johnson, and Walker. Muntu. And he hits a 3. Pulls the Honey Badgers into a tie at 48.
Here we go. Kellen Tynes going to run this offense now.
Johnson off a screen. Walker lets it go. No, not really his shot, Anthony Walker. Can knock it down. Serta barks out instructions here. Brampton Honey Badgers, who will host Ottawa on Thursday. CAA Center. Shooting Stars to host the Niagara River Lions, and we're going to wait and see if suspensions are pending. After what we witnessed here, unprecedented that we've seen that here in the Pan Am Center. Eight players ejected. Muntu, Danilo. High arching shot, Danilo Juricic.
Takes it, makes it wide open, Danilo Juricic. And he's hit a couple in this building before from that spot.
Guy who played his high school ball at a great basketball school downtown Toronto, St. Mike's.
Oh, we know St. Mike's.
My old buddy, Leo Routens. I guess I shouldn't say old. My buddy, Leo Routens, the kid from Kiel. He's a superstar there. Esfandier Barahaney's been the busiest guy here tonight, our intrepid reporter. Esfandier, bring us in up to date on the fight card.
I've been busy, but arena security has also been very, very busy. Basically, what I heard or what was relayed to me was that a lot of the commotion at halftime was sorting out which tunnel they would leave from. And so when Scarborough came from the left side of the arena, the goal was that Brampton would come from another side, but instead Brampton opted to come from the same side as a way to troll the team. So that's just another added wrinkle to this whole thing.
And the gamesmanship continues. 51-50 Brampton. Leaner, floater, tap back. FIBA rules, you can tap that ball off the rim here. Here's Johnson on the go. Javen, Walker, up over Danilo, off the stanchion. And he's okay, he gets up and he's got the bucket.
And if you're Scarborough, you want to use your youth and you want to use your speed and athleticism. That's what Javen Johnson and Walker were able to do. 1-2 punch, they had the numbers, and look at this. Right there, off the miss. A little bit of a tip, FIBA rules, you can tip it, right? But look at this, off the tip. Javen Johnson running point, passes off to Walker, and Walker's able to finish. There's a little bit of contact, no foul, but he finishes with the left.
7.5 to go, third quarter. In the fourth, we play 6 minutes, and then we turn off the clock for target score time. And Shooting Stars shorthanded now without some stars. Ambrose Hilton, no. Trying to race back to get it. Out of bounds. And the Shooting Stars trying to get to win number 20. It will not come easy. They're going to need their bench stars. Khalil Miller coming into the game. Khalil was playing great when Bediako was away. Got a lot of playing time. He's a very capable player, part of that championship run a couple years ago. Local guy. Mac Marauder. Tynes. Foster. Look good from here off the front iron. Right into the mitts of Anthony Walker. Easy finish.
You're going to need to rely on Anthony Walker's athleticism down the stretch of this game. He's going to need to be all over the floor defensively and offensively. Got the job done there off the boards.
3 ball in and out by Tyson. Oh, what a pass by Johnson trying to thread the needle. Double D picks it up. Tyson. Free path to the basket and a block by Khalil Miller. Block party tonight, 4th block of the night. Walker, no. A lot of misses here. Tyson, look out here. And he just lays that in as Foster was retreating. Back and forth they go.
And you can see the tempo of this game is extremely turned up.
Turned up end to end. Not a lot of tight defense right now. But again, here's players that are normally coming off the bench.
Yeah. And they're not going to get any rest in the second half.
Well, last game of the regular season, you'd think that a lot of these players might get a look. Oh, and a nice reverse by Keon Ambrose Hilton. Guys who played for World Championship competing teams for Canada through the years. Here's a walk again. No, way off.
You know what? If I'm Tyrell Vernon, I want Walker taking those shots, though. I want him getting ready for playoffs. I want some of these guys to get this opportunity to really play some big minutes and play through a little bit of adversity, right?
Because you might get those open looks in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Turk's not going to get them. Miles Powell's not going to get them. They're going to be tight on those guys. That means there's somebody going to be left open. Here's Foster, the former Sixer. Watched by Tyson. Bounce pass. Khalil, he can make this shot. Not this time. Foster again, straight up and in.
I like it. Let Foster run the floor. Let Foster put the ball in his hands. Let Foster create something. It's going to give him confidence on this playoff run.
Foster, native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Guy who decided to forego college. Go right to the NBA, trying to get drafted. Danilo, but there was a whistle before that, even though he knocked down the shot. That doesn't count. But Michael Foster had so many offers after Hillcrest Prep decided to vault into the NBA G League. Ignite.
You know, G League Ignite, again, it's been such a good opportunity for a lot of people over the last number of years coming out of high school, but I think we got a break coming up. So you're watching Scarborough and Brampton on CEBL Plus.
Most of our clients who come through our door who are suffering from mental illness, they're feeling a sense of despair and a longing for help. Often, insurance companies are denying disability claims on the basis that there's insufficient medical evidence. We've represented hundreds of clients who suffer from anxiety or depression. We fight for our clients' right to receive the compensation they deserve. If you've been denied long-term disability, don't give up. We can help.
Your long-term disability firm, Kotak Law.
A night of ejections. Not many players left. 4 gone from Scarborough. We have understood it is officially 3. Sean East is on the bench, was not disqualified from the game, but he is still out there. So it was 3 ejections for Brampton. East was, I believe, part of the commotion underneath as well, but they're going to rest East, and probably a good move by Brampton. Get ready for Ottawa coming to town on Thursday. So 7 ejections in total. Originally we were handed a sheet that said 8, but tell you what, you could have ejected almost everybody on that floor there.
If you really wanted to.
You're not supposed to come off the bench.
You can.
And
you can.
Everybody was off the bench. But you have to play a basketball game, so. Oh, Danilo stepped on that line. Tyson's coming back in. See if he can get it going. 55 Brampton, 58 Scarborough. 3-point lead, under 5 to go, third quarter. Brampton Honey Badgers 11-12 on the season, trying to finish at 500. Claim second place. A very tight Eastern race. That was blocked that time by Ambrose Hilt. No, that was blocked by Jordan Minor in the game. Jordan Minor into the game, number 24. Here he is.
And look at this. Javon Johnson gets up to 3. No contact, but definitely touched the ball.
Minor, a G Leaguer as well. Played in Mexico City and Birmingham and Memphis and Long Island. Also played in France. Here he is, getting some playing time. It looked like he walked. He did.
You know, if this game eventually got out of hand in terms of the score, let's say there were no ejections, I feel like these would have been the lineups on the floor eventually. I feel like we would have seen these lineups eventually.
If it got out of hand.
Yes.
And by the way, It was getting out of hand.
It was.
Scarborough looked like they were putting the sails up. Brampton was fighting back, and there was a lot of fight.
Yeah.
And that pushback, I think, led to a lot of the nastiness that came out next. I do notice there's a different vibe in the building right now. It's not as loud. There's not as. Now maybe that will help. Khalil Miller knocks it out of bounds on the block. Khalil's got a couple blocks now.
Look at the defense. Fights through the screen, gets his hand up. Again, such hustle by Khalil Miller. You know, we call him blue collar, hard work. And it's just consistent with him all the way through. No matter what the situation is, you know what to expect from number 4.
Do you know another thing you can expect from him?
What can we expect?
He's the best free throw shooter on the team.
He is. Was it 99?
19 for 20. Now again, not a. Oh, Danilo, 3-point gunner, corner, ties her at 58. Now small sample size again, but shoot the rock. Tynes, Dartmouth, Nova Scotia's working on Toronto's Danilo Juricic. Muntu, Calgary, Alberta. Getting a lot of Canadians here on our civic holiday. A lot of shout-outs to the cities. Toronto's own, Juricic, no.
This game is deadlocked at 58.
Not only deadlocked, but seems dead.
Yep.
Tyson out of bounds on the pass from Bronson Chambers. Brampton, Ontario's own. Played at Windsor University. Last regular season game. I'd like to thank all of our crew here, led by Dan Gladman, producer, director, switcher, does everything. Evan Cosner sets everything up. Our camera crew, fantastic.
Some of the greatest, all of them.
Work all season long.
Yep.
Got to work with us. Sorry about that. Anthony Walker. And nice spin to win.
Walker in his bag, pulling out that back to the basket spin fadeaway. You got to love to see it.
To thank all the PR crews across the league, too, from Brampton and from Scarborough, and Melanie and Freya and Brandon, and the ownership group here in the Shooting Stars, and what they've done off the court all season as well as we get ready for the postseason. Coming up on Thursday night, Javen Johnson. Thursday night will be electric here, and still a lot of TBA in terms of lineups.
But no matter who's on the floor, I think Thursday night will definitely be one of the more important nights in this franchise's young history.
Absolutely. Haven't had games like that. It's always been a championship weekend.
Yes.
Had playoff games before, but mostly play-in games. Johnson. Phoenix Wise is getting some playing time as well, wearing number 75.
Hey, there you go, U Sports product.
Yes.
AUS, there you go.
There you are.
AUS Rookie of the Year, come on now.
Phoenix getting a chance to run here tonight. Johnson putting it up and in. 62-58 inside 2 minutes. Phoenix has been on the roster for most of the season. Hasn't had barely a sniff of action. Khalil Miller rips it down. And the flush! Oh, baby! J-Vo Show! Throw it down!
Showtime continues.
I love the Phoenix Wise story. There's a little reverse. Double D with a minute to go. I love the Phoenix Wise story. Again, U Sport player getting a chance to play. And Johnson running the floor right now. Normally wears number 10, has 75, but Phoenix plays at St. FX.
Yes.
Cape Breton. Antigonish. His coach?
Tyrell Vernon.
Tyrell Vernon.
Yeah.
Getting a U Sport coach, giving him a chance to play today. So, you know, the bad point of the game is, you know, you lose your stars, but the good point is they're getting a chance to get some action.
Absolutely. And let's get back to that. But let's take a look at Johnson's dunk, because Showtime still exists here. Look at this. Slash to the basket, a little bit of contact.
That was a Mike. That was an MJ.
Yeah.
That was a JJ doing an MJ.
Going up with the right, looks to the camera,
Spread eagle.
Exactly. The showtime continues. You know what? If you kind of faded that and just gave the silhouette, I feel like it would have been the Jordan logo.
Yes, it
would have
was.
been. But yeah, Phoenix-wise, again, that's the one part about the CEBL that I love. It creates a professional pipeline. Oh, look at that, almost. A professional pipeline for U Sports men's basketball. A direct pipeline. You're going to see it right here in some of these players. Over the years, you've had players like Aaron Rooms, Thomas Kennedy.
There is a Scarborough bounce.
There's a bounce.
Khalil Miller, credit for that.
Khalil Miller, U Sports product, right?
Yep.
So many great talents getting to stay home, play professional basketball, learn, get better, and I guess launch themselves for a career after university while playing this sport.
There's a foul with 12.6 to go in the quarter. And the only negative, I suppose, and there's no I love the target score. The only negative target score is that a lot of those players don't get a chance to play, as we see Khalil Miller on the bounce. You don't get a chance to see some of those players in like garbage time.
Absolutely.
I like the fact there's no garbage time, though. Here they go. You're going to have to let it go here. 8 seconds. Kellen to Campbell. Oh, what a block. Oh, my goodness, Jordan Minor. And the three by Michael Foster.
Iceman.
Wow. What a sequence. Minor with the swat. Foster with the dagger at the buzzer. Yikes. Players getting a chance to play. Be ready. Michael Foster. Peter to end the quarter.
You don't just fuel your body. You fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
Did you know that every CEBL game ends on a game-winning bucket? Yep, every single one. That's because we use something called target score ending, a thrilling twist that keeps fans locked in till the final shot. So what is the target score ending? Here's how it works. The first time the clock stops with 4 minutes or less left in the fourth quarter, the game clock is turned off. We enter target score time. We take the leading team's score, add 9 points, and that becomes the target score. Let's say it's 91-80. That means the first team to hit 100 wins. No ticking clock, no intentional fouls, just pure clutch basketball. It's fast, it's electric, and it guarantees that every game ends with a bang. Experience the target score ending this CEBL season.
The Javo Show, Deshaun.
Javon Johnson, listen, we all knew he was going to be important entering this game. He's important for this franchise, important entering the playoffs. But tonight, you want to get to 20 wins, you want to set history, you want to enter the playoffs on a good note, it's going to be Javon Johnson all the way from here on out. He's going to need to be the one to lead the charge for this team. He's going to need to do it all.
He might need to be the guy on Thursday night as
Absolutely.
well. We don't know what the ramifications or the consequences of this melee that happened in the first half, resulting in 7 ejections, including actually 9 ejections, 2 from the coaching staff from the Shooting Stars. It was nuts. Oh, good steal. Jaden Campbell. Foster. High arching shot, no. Ball's on the floor. Tyson picking it up. Team still playing hard. Gotta love it.
And you know what? I'll live with those type of shots from Michael Foster Jr. I'll live with that. Whatever gives him the confidence, whatever gets him in the flow entering the playoffs, because they're going to need him on Thursday. You don't know who's going to be available, but you know he's going to be available.
1-2. Oh, nice bucket. Muntu gets right up in the face. Fellow Canadian Kellen Tynes.
Muntu showing off his package, showing up his dribble package, putting up that shot.
Michael Foster almost playing point guard here in this fourth quarter. playing the back court. Again, we'll play till the 4-minute mark, shut the clock off, play target score here tonight. And then we'll figure out what's going to happen in the playoffs. We know the teams, we just don't know the players yet. Keep in mind, both teams also have reserves.
Yes.
Cat Barber's on the reserve.
Yes, he is.
Aaron Sims is on
Yes,
the
he
reserves.
is.
Pays to have some of these players on your reserve
He
list.
does.
Especially after what we saw tonight. Tynes attacks the rack, and it goes.
And Kellen Tynes, from the start of that possession, I saw him say, hey, let's tone it down a little bit. Let's slow down a little bit. I love how he was methodical, surgical, sets up the play, drives to the basket, finishes clean. Kellen Tynes did a great job leading that possession.
Turnaround three. Laser beam. Knocked down beautifully by Bronson Chambers. The Lancer with the lance.
Brampton will not go away easily.
6-point lead. Foster taking over here. Man-child. And there is a whistle and a foul. Javen Johnson's coming back in. Tynes is going to go to the bench. 71-65 the score here in this Eastern Conference matchup presented by Lotto Max tonight. Looks like both teams taking a timeout here. They're also doing a little cleanup on the floor.
You know what, Rod? You make a great point when you say Scarborough on their reserves list. They got Sims. They have Cat Barber. It definitely pays to have depth in this league, right? And I think also the fact, too, you know, for Cat Barber, to want to stay here and to want to still be available. And for his time to potentially come this upcoming Thursday, it definitely pays to have depth.
Brampton has Tyrese Hunter on their reserve list, Tevian Jones. Well, the Honey Badgers welcome the Ottawa Blackjacks to the CAA Center. First round playoff matchup, another installment of the classic CEBL rivalry on Thursday, August 6th. Fill that CAA Center. Bramptonites tip off Flower City 7 Eastern. Blackjacks just scraping in, knocking out the Montreal Alliance by getting a win on their last game. They needed it, so they'll take on Brampton, and of course the great rivalry of the QEW 401 Shooting Stars, Niagara River Lions, the last three champions.
Yes.
Scarborough won in 23, River Lions won the last two, and I'm sure the River Lions might be licking their lips tonight knowing that Scarborough could be missing some stars, possibly. I say possibly on Thursday night. We'll see what the adjudication process is here.
The East might have changed.
Might have changed. And the Lion King will be back to try to break the Shooting Stars' hearts. Khalil Ahmad, one of the best ever. Oh, nice move there by Muntu. He's had a great game. Campbell, Johnson. Corner three, Phoenix Wise, no.
Looking for his first three.
It's one of the great names of the CBL,
It is,
by the way.
it is.
You know, Phoenix Wise,
It
actually
is.
know what Phoenix Wise should play for. Get to the NBA, kid. I think the Suns got you. You're all over the Suns. Kobe Elvis is another one. Got some great names in this league. Xavier Moon we had.
Hey, listen to this. The best name in U Sports basketball, Mikey Ballout, UFT guard. Mikey Ballout.
Mikey Ballout's good.
That's a good name.
I like Tutu. I liked Simi Shutu.
Yes.
They're great names. Good handles in the CBL. We love this league. Love covering this league. Oh, and an air ball from Keon Ambrose Hilton.
Uh-oh.
And he's going to hear it here. This crowd is already well oiled. 3:14 to go. Corrects the second shot before target score time. Who will be the hero tonight? Can the Honey Badgers get to 500 before the playoffs? Can the Shooting Stars get to the milestone 20? Oh, a block there. Ambrose Hilton, nice swat on Walker. That lob a little too high, goes into the front row. And a great crowd again here tonight. Great crowds all year. Pan Am Center in Scarborough. OVO night tonight. Lots of Drake playing.
Everywhere. You see the owl everywhere. Everyone's wearing OVO. You're even wearing OVO.
Got the owl.
You never gave me the OVO memo to wear OVO today.
I thought it's OVO night.
I should have known.
Wise. JJ on Ambrose Hilton. Oh, threads a needle. Leaner, no. Tyson. Got to figure somehow that Cam Tyson has to get this thing unlocked. One of the best shooters in NCAA history. One of the best shooters this year from beyond the arc. Muntu. Open three. No. Muntu. Tyson. No.
And this is where you're seeing the rebounding struggles of Scarborough. When you're missing your bigs, it's hard to come down with the boards. Your only big in the game right now is Michael
Clock
Foster.
is at 1. And there was a walk. I'll tell you what, a lot of people profess and look at the sabermetrics and the analytics of volume threes. They talk about it in the NBA, they'll talk volume threes till the cows come home. Volume threes are good when you make them.
Yes.
They are quite poopy when you don't.
Agreed.
When you don't. I am a big believer in taking your twos. Oh, there's a 2 with emphasis.
Anthony Walker's athleticism has just been on display this entire second half. And you're going to need him to step up. It's a great tune-up opportunity for him.
Tyson, yes! So the threes are good when you make.
Yes.
When you come down, you're throwing up bricks, not so good, and they're going to try to fly back in this one thanks to that 3. If they can get Tyson going. Tynes rifles a pass to the corner. That 3 is good! Javon Johnson! And Alex Cerno wants a timeout. And what an answer. What a response by Javon Johnson.
Like we said, they're going to need him this afternoon. And he's stepping up to the plate, still continuing to be great for this team down the stretch.
Well, if this rivalry wasn't heated before, it is nuclear now. The crowd right into it.
And let's look at Kellen Tynes. Finds Johnson in the corner, and Johnson goes up confidently. A little bit of a contest, puts it down. You know, this rivalry's been around for a long time. I mean, let's call back to
Hamilton.
CEBL Finals, Scarborough, Hamilton. Scarborough climbs out of a deficit in target score time, and the game ends on a controversial foul.
Yeah, the Jalen Harris
era, right, to give the Hamilton Honey Badgers at the time their CEBL championship, their first CEBL championship. And
great organization. Ownership. Lenny Asper, Mark Cuban. Hey, when you got Mark Cuban around,
you're doing good things.
And they've really helped reshape things in Brampton, which is a hotbed for basketball. Home to some great basketballers, Tristan Thompson, Andrew Wiggins from Vaughan, from that area. So many great ballers, and it's a balling community, and starting to get that crowd vibed in Brampton. And fill that CAA Center this week, folks. It's going to be a good one. And The Rock, the GM, love Jermaine Anderson, mostly because that guy never said no to Canada. Always played for the national team.
Absolutely.
And was a terrific ball player. Another one here, Brady Heslip.
Yes.
Never said no to Canada.
Never said no.
One of the greatest shooters in Canadian basketball history. And one of the greatest GMs in CEBL history with what he's been able to do here. Ambrose Hilton. 1:10 to go before we go to target score time. Miner goes up. Miner's going to go to the line. Remember, he had that air ball earlier. So I'm not sure if that's in his kitchen. Corrected that. It's a 7-point game with 1:06 to go before target score. Jordan Miner. That one didn't look good either. Free throws costly. This could be a big trip tonight. Tynes. Campbell. Yes!
There you go.
That's what Jaden Campbell did when he got a lot of playing time here. He's been kind of affected by the numbers here. But what a dependable player, Jaden Campbell. Another guy from Brampton. Tyson spinning. Muntu stepping back, firing. And Walker rips that down. Anthony Walker. Follow is good, but it won't count to foul.
And again, this is where yes, there's been ejections for Scarborough, but this is where we're reminded of the depth that this team has. There's so much talented players on this team that I truly believe could start on a lot of other CEBL teams if we're really being honest. But, you know, yes, you've lost your big three, but there are still stars in the waiting. And I think that was the big thing that makes this team so special. They have so much talent all around, but they're able to make it work together. Now they have so much talent around, and when you subtract a couple of pieces, can the talent that's been waiting in the weights step up and continue the job?
Including the Ant-Man, Ant Walker. Back-to-back free throws. Walker, former Hoosier. 22 seconds to go before the clock gets turned off. And you're thinking, right now, if you're the Shooting Stars, that thing ticks underneath 4. I'm fouling.
Yeah, you're fouling immediately. You want to stop it.
Because, look, they're not in bonus.
Yep.
And this is what Tyrell Vernon wants to do right now. He's looking at that clock. He knows he has possession. Get a shot, you know, around the 4-minute mark. If you make it, inbounds foul. If you don't, foul them right away anyway.
Yeah.
12-point lead should be enough.
Absolutely. Not when he runs or anything like that. You want to enter target score time with the best lead possible. Enter it safely, and then from there you chip away at it. You don't want to overplay it. Don't overthink this. Don't overthink this. You just want to get away with your 20th win. That's what it's about now. Let's simplify things now.
Well, a win tonight, I'm sure, for the guys who got chucked out. Turk and Miles, Frank, Big Chuck Bediaco. All ejected from this game. 3 players from the Honey Badgers. Eventful night. It's been a crazy season here in many ways, but it's been such an awesome season on the floor and off for the Shooting Stars. Started with the school day games at the beginning of the year. Deshaun. Kids came out, 2 school day games, great promotions. Hey,
couple of stars in the house.
Kay was here.
Yeah.
And who's that
Who's
guy?
that guy?
CEO Huddle Up. They did a great thing here with a bunch of the leaders in the community. They had a tournament as well in Scarborough Town Center. 5 tournament there. They had everybody coming up shooting. They did a lot of things. The Shooting Stars got their players in the community. Caravana night, of course, was huge. Enzo was doing it. It was great to be courtside. You got to see Drake or Ben Johnson or even Mel Gibson. Braveheart was here this year, and the guys got dripped, man. Indochino, one of the sponsors. Yeah, they were dripping. The guys looked great in all their gear. Got them all dressed up there. They were dressed to win, dressed to kill. And then they had a big yacht cruise as well. They went out on the boat, and they had a big dance party. This team danced. They played together. They danced together. They won together. And that dance continued all season long until tonight, the final game of the regular season. S, you were in the Brampton huddle.
Yes, I was, and I was listening into what head coach Alex Serta was saying to his team as they were prepping for target score time. He said, I want you guys to be optimists. Shoot the ball like your life depends on it. Guys,
Well,
a lot of confidence there from the coach.
Johnson shoots that thing, and so Juricic. Now if I'm Scarborough, I think I'd foul.
Yeah, there you go.
There you are. And that's what Tyrell Vernon was talking about. They're not in the bonus. And right now the target score is 90. Shooting Stars, big lead of 12. On the road to 20, and a crazy night in the ends. Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime.
Next bucket wins. Target score time is the best time of a game. The energy, the drama.
That anything can happen. Oh my goodness! Can you believe this guy?
Big players step up in big time.
He is cooking.
Oh, the best time in Canadian sport, on my mind. Target score time. Add 9 to the lead score. Shoot for 90, you win. Crowd on his feet. We're going to have some fun. Last game of the regular season. Love our crew. Deshaun, been great being with you this season. Esvandier has been doing such work tonight. Doesn't have a black eye. That's good. So S is going to get the number 1 pick tonight. This is for a burger. Number 1 pick for target score hero. Who you picking?
I got to go with Jay Van Johnson.
Oh, good one. Hey, oh, wait. Nice reach. All right, Deshaun.
Oh, listen, Phoenix Wise is not on the floor. I'm a U Sports guy, so you know what? He's not on the floor, but I'm going to go with Walker for the win.
All right. Danny G, come in. Danny G's going Brandon Moonchu.
Oh, wow.
He's saying Brampton's coming back. Brandon for Brampton. Okay, Danny. He's in the back room. Who am I going to take? Well, you guys took everybody. I'm saying my man Kellen Tynes. Kellen Tynes tonight.
Here we go. We got the bets up.
There we are. Brampton's still very much in it, though. They need this guy to hit.
And he's not hitting.
And he wanted a foul, and he may have had a point there. 81-69, first team to 90. And we will end the regular season. Shooting Stars trying to end with 20. Oh, this is what exactly the Honey Badgers need. Tyson, no.
Hey.
Just ice cold here in Scarborough.
Remember, shoot like your life depends on it, right? That's what they heard in the huddle, and that's what they're doing.
Johnson, again, something you don't need the threes. Miller, Javen Johnson, S's guy. 7 points away.
What a dish by Khalil Miller. Comes down with the rebound and hands out to Johnson on the fly to finish at the rim.
83-69, leads 14. Tough road here, almost impossible for the Honey Badgers. We've seen the impossible before, but again, based on the personnel that you have and no Sean East available, he's on the bench, does not look good. Here's the other thing, though. The guys on the floor for the Shooting Stars, this is valuable playing time. A lot of these guys don't play in target score time.
They're loving this right now, right? And this is what you want to get them as you enter the playoffs. Again, you want to get them that good experience when basketball matters most.
And good habits.
Yeah.
Pick and roll, Miller and Walker. Another steal. We're getting a sense early in target score time that players haven't played it before.
Yep. Kellen Tynes risking it all right there, kind of dives into the crowd.
There it is, up close and personal.
Gives everything he has. You got to love it, man.
Yeah.
You got to love it.
There it is. Get a selfie. Oh.
Did he break the chair? He broke the chair.
Yeah, I liked it. Danny, I hope you, Danny, gee, you got to re-rack. Rack it up again, dude.
We got to rack that up.
That was an empty chair, I think, because I don't see the person unless the person's on the floor. The chairman. Muntu, Danny G's guy. Yes! Well, you never, ever know. CEBL, no lead is safe.
There you go. Chairman of the board, Kellen Tynes, bringing the ball up.
You've got to be smart here. Walker. Oh, and he's going to go to the line. He wanted to go to the rim, and a foul, a hard one there.
And you know what? I would have loved to have seen Walker just go up. The contact was coming, and you saw a little bit of a hesitation. And let's look at Tynes again. The hustle play. We're going to get it right here. But look at this. Tip and the dive. Oh.
And what are the chances of falling into
an
two
empty
chairs? And I'm telling you, they're only empty because somebody went to the washroom.
Probably.
It's been jammed in here tonight.
That person's going to come back, and their chair's going to be all jacked up.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened.
Wipe the sweat off. Actually get it autographed. SRO here tonight. 6 points away, make it 5. And Ant Walker does it again. Jordan Minor checks back in. Chambers goes out. Who will be the shooting star tonight? Who will end this thing? Most successful regular season. 5-year history of the Shooting Stars. Team that is so tight.
Walker almost getting a hand in there on defense.
Nice feed underneath and a good flush. Ambrose Hilton goes flying to the rim.
Beautifully run play by Brampton coming out that inbounds.
It's a big trip right here. This one could almost salt it away. Oh, look at Javen Johnson.
Oh.
Johnson yo-yoing that basketball. Corner three. Walker swats it back out. Jaden Campbell racing for it. Tynes tiptoes on the tightrope. Tynes hands it off and throws it into the front row. Scrambly sequence.
And you can see Tynes, you can see his frustration on that effort. He put a great effort to keep that play alive, keeping his tiptoes in bounds. And ultimately, Foster just wasn't ready for the pass off the break to really finish on that play.
And speaking of finish, Tyrell Vernon, again, last few games we've been here, Shooting Stars have kind of sputtered in target score time, kind of almost throwing the game back into their opposition. Been successful, but you can't toy with teams. And I think that's the idea right now. The MO for Tyrell is to say, guys, we got 2 possessions essentially here. Let's be smart. Let's get our bucket. Defense is paramount. But you got such a big lead right now. You think about your next offensive possession. Offensive possession. What would you make, Deshaun? You've been here all season with me. What do you think? How would you categorize, even with this kind of crazy finish that we've had here tonight, how would you categorize this season for the Scarborough Shooting Stars?
It's funny. It's been a successful season, but it hasn't been a clean season, right? And I think when you look at the Scarborough Shooting Stars throughout the season, the theme has been overcoming certain challenges in their game, whether it's been struggling from three-point, whether it's been the free throw struggles, whether it's been the chemistry struggles that they've encountered with bringing on new players such as Turk, bringing back Cat Barber. Even when it comes to coming over deficits late in the game, Scarborough's had a season where, yes, they've had a lot of success and they're close to reaching 20 wins, but it hasn't been a clean, dominant season for them.
And I don't think they're a finished product by any stretch. That's the thing. Every time you see them, they're always improving in personnel, and there's always seems to be they're a chemistry set, always seemingly trying to get better and better. Hey, a lot of teams would like to struggle the way they struggled.
Absolutely.
19 wins on the verge of 20. Muntu back out to Danilo. Danilo lets it fly. Can't get the Kawhi bounce. Whipped back out, and that front row's getting a lot of action over there.
And you got to give a big credit to Anthony Miller because, listen, that was a bounce. It might have bounced in, but Walker came in and swatted that off the rim. FIBA rules, right? So a great defensive play by him and great instincts as well.
Stars need a 3 and a 2. Don't necessarily need that 3. I'm sure Tyrell's probably talking about that as well. Tynes, free throw line. Foster, 3 ball. Yes! And 1 bucket away. And again, I'm sure this next one is about the next possession. Let's see who's going to win our pool. Will it be Javen Johnson? Will it be Kellen Tynes? It's not going to be Muntu.
Or will it be Walker?
Or will it be Walker? And Foster punches it out of bounds. It will be a Scarborough win.
And look at this. Kellen Tynes drives to the basket, hesitates, gives it out to Foster, and Foster, the three-point game is such an underrated part of his game. We haven't been able to see it this season because he's been just doing his job, doing what he's told to do, which is protect the rim, set screens, and come up with second chance opportunities. But in an opportunity like this, we're getting to really see the diversity and range of his game, whether it be bringing the ball up, shooting the mid-range, or shooting the 3.
Very curious timeout by Alex Serta. They're down 14. This game is basically over, but playing still hard. He has an inbounds. I'm sure talking more D, but why not? You have the timeout. Why not use it? And I think this is also habit forming to what potentially could be something they might see. I'm not sure how much. Here's the other thing we didn't see in the second half. Nobody tipped their hand if they are going to meet each other in the next playoff round, if they are going to meet next Saturday. Brampton has to get by Ottawa. Scarborough has to get by Niagara. But there definitely was nothing gleaned from any tape in the second half. So Scarborough a bucket away. Big scorer tonight. Miles Powell had 19 before he was ejected. Frank Mitchell never got a chance at his double-double. And O'Rarity, only 3 rebounds. Again, ejected. Bediako was playing well, ejected. Turk was on fire as usual, but big man for Scarborough tonight is Javan Johnson with 14. Lead scorer is Brandon Muntu for Brampton with 16. They work a play out of the timeout. Still have the ball. Juricic with the dunk, and now time to end the regular season.
Here we go.
Will it be Kellen Tynes? Maybe Jaden Campbell. Foster. And he's going to go to the line and has 2 free throws to end the night and end the season.
And let's take a look at this. Foster to the rim. Just goes up strong. And listen, he's had a good night, right? He's had a good night. Coming in, 8 points. Oh.
Do you know he hasn't had a free throw all season?
All season. He's a late addition. Look at this.
This being his second, so it's not going to end here unless they get a rebound. Magic score is 90. So 1 point away. Next time that ball goes through the rim, we're going home. Getting ready for the playoffs. Can't wait. On an eventful night here in Scarborough. And to the rim, doesn't go. Miner's going to shoot again. Shooting Stars huddle underneath to set up their last offensive possession. Again, for Tyrell Vernon, what he doesn't want to see happen is, I mean, this game is in the bag.
Yeah.
It's never over till it's over, said Yogi. This one's over. But you don't want to see a couple of empty trips. Or,
I agree.
You know, a scrambly, foolish play. What you want to see is finish.
Decision-making matters.
Foster. Big night. Tynes. Jaden Campbell. In and out. Don't need a 3.
Don't need it.
That was a good look. But again, learning experience, learning time. Tyson. They've been ice cold. If I'm Walker, I take it right to the rim. Why not? It's over! 20 is the magic number in Scarborough. A season like no other in the CEBL. And Anthony Walker ends an historic, fight-filled night in the ends.
Anthony Walker, my pick, by the way, driving to the rim all over Danilo Juricic with a spin move, goes up with the right to put this game away and put a cap on this historic regular season, picking up 20 wins. I'd say officially making this so far one of the greatest regular season teams in league history.
Absolutely.
Hands down.
Match percentage, but again, since the 24-game schedule, no team has got to 20. This team that plays together, wins together, dances together, fights together, as we saw earlier. A lot of question marks now. Cloud hovering over. Svandir Barahini is with the Shooting Stars and the Booster Juice player of the game. There is no doubt it is the last man standing, Javan Johnson.
Javan, it took a lot, but 20 wins for you guys. Officially, you have the record. How does it feel for you as a team, short-handed, to be able to pull this off?
Man, it feels great, man. This is a real team win. You know, we were short-handed. Some of our guys had to get out the game, but, you know, we came through for them.
Obviously, a lot of commotion in this game. What does it say about this group? I mean, 6 guys, 7 guys, you were able to galvanize and pull off this win.
Man, every time we huddle up, we say us, man. So it's us. You know, we stay together. Even though, like we said, we were short-handed, we still got the win.
All right, playoffs it is.
Shout out the guys, Turk Miles, Frank, Chuck. We hold it down, man. We hold it down.
There it is, the last dance. Last dance in Scarborough. There they go before the postseason. No dancing today. Business-like. It's over, the regular season. Scarborough Shooting Stars scrap their way to a win tonight. 91-77. 20-win season. Let the playoffs begin.
Lotto Max now has more?
Oh, yeah. Like up to 90 new prizes of $100,000 on every draw.
Yeah, right. And aliens exist.
What? Lotto Max has more prizes?
Yep, that's more chances to win.
Sure, and horses can fly.
No way.
Cool.
You know that trip I kept thinking about? I finally took it. It turned into open highways, lakeside stops, sunsets that seemed to last a little longer, less scrolling, more seeing. And at the end of each day, Sandman made it simple. Comfortable stays in the right places, so I could do more. Booking that stay? Best decision I made. Your summer, made in Canada. Book direct for the best rates.
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
The CEBL, Canada's Pro Basketball League, and redtag.ca brings Canadian basketball fans a chance to save up to $300 off on vacation bookings all season long with promo code CEBLFans. I wonder how our mascots would spend their time on vacation. Book today with Red Tag and save $300.
Redtag.ca.
Well, back for the final wrap-up of a regular season like no other for the Scarborough Shooting Stars. Coming up tonight, final game of the regular season, Calgary Surge. Tough season out there out west, but trying to finish with a flurry against the Saskatoon Mamba. Saskatchewan, new brand, new colors, and they're going to the playoffs next week. We can't wait for the playoffs, and it's going to be very interesting, Deshaun. We saw something that we haven't seen in quite some time, 20 wins.
Yep.
We've never seen that. We've never seen a basketball like we saw here tonight, and it's something that you don't want to see happen. It happened, and it could be very costly, particularly for the Scarborough Shooting Stars.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't know what's going to happen with Scarborough. We don't know what this team's going to look like on Thursday. We don't know who's going to be in and who's going to be out. But one thing that we do know is that, listen, life goes on, right? The season goes on, and there's a championship at stake for both this Scarborough team and, of course, for this Brampton team. So you got to move forward, see what you got going to Thursday, and just be ready to fight.
Brampton Honey Badgers, Sean East was not ejected, so Sean East available certainly. They have other players. Don't discount the Brampton Honey Badgers who finish a couple games under 500. It really is anybody's ball game.
Absolutely.
It's you call March Madness in the NCAA single game elimination. It's August Madness, August rush in the CEBL. No matter what you've done to this point, 20 is good, but it don't mean a thing if you don't get that ring.
Exactly. Don't mean a thing without a ring. There you go. And I think for Brampton, listen, second in the East, and I think they showed tonight that they're capable of competing with the crown jewel of the East in the CEBL. So I say, listen, the East is anyone's game as we enter playoff season.
Hey, Sean, great pleasure being with you.
It's been an honor. It's been an absolute honor.
Thanks to Dan Gladman, Esfandiar Barahini, our entire crew here, Pan Am Center. We're going to be back on Thursday night. Again, if you're in the GTA, get to Brampton, get to Scarborough. Playoffs will begin on Thursday. Heated rivalry, this one. Tonight boiled over. Monday night fights, ejections, and in the ends, a familiar ending. A win. Scarborough, Magic 20, on to the playoffs.
Knock 'em out the run, knock 'em out the run, knock 'em out the run with the pen top, time for some action.